Welcome, everyone, back to Belkinus Necro Hunt Dungeons and Dragons with me, your host, JoCat, and several cool people. How's everyone doing tonight?
Woo!
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 Wow.
Aaron's fine.
I'm doing my best.
Aaron is fine.
Doing good. Pardon the slight few minutes delay in the show going, but we will have a good show, I feel, because I can predict the future, and I predict
Holy crap!
this session will be a good one.
Can you tell me the lotto numbers for next week?
No,
I
because
really need
that
those
will
lottery numbers.
because I can tell the future. I know that affecting it will cause a ripple effect and butterfly effect that
Oh,
will
you
ruin
jerk.
and bring us to destruction.
But I need money.
The butterfly effect goes forward, not backwards, Joe.
How about you shut up? Ever thought about that? Anyway,
All right, cool.
we begin
I
our
guess
we
we're playing with
we
three
begin.
people tonight.
I'm
See ya.
gone.
Let's look at these wonderful players that I didn't tell to shut up. Shelby, introduce yourself, what you do, and who you play.
Hey, you didn't tell us to show up. You told Davy to shut up.
The chat didn't get to hear it, but there was definitely a Discord sound of someone leaving a second ago.
Yeah, I'm on
Streamer mode
I'm on
takes that
streamer
out,
mode.
sadly.
Yeah, so it
God
doesn't.
damn it.
I don't get interrupted.
None of my jokes get put. Tease in, put it in post.
Okay. Hi, my name is Shelby or Whistle. I'm from the channel Whistle While You Work. It's a channel where I tell stories from my D&D experience and normally draw whatever fun fantasy stuff comes to mind, but recently I've been producing a pretty spooky series called Into the Farwood. It's a creepy retelling of an arc in one of my D&D games. You should go check it out. And I'll be playing Luna Icewind. Yes. Next.
For once in her life, she doesn't smash.
No
Yes. No.
No smash.
I don't know. We're gonna have to ask Scorpio about that.
Yeah, well, okay. Scorpio's.
That's for a later date. Fine.
Anyway, I meant never mind.
I was
Next,
I threw my weapons on the ground. Excuse you.
Aaron, introduce who you are, what you do, and who you play.
Hi, hello. I am Aaron, aka Yaroshian. I am the creator of How to Be an Adventurer, D6, the Dungeon and Dragon live show, and also a bunch of other things. And more recently, and I really want to push for this, I am going to be on another show relatively soon with my friend C. Mike, who is the director of Corridor Digital's D&D show, Son of a Dungeon, and we're going to be doing an Alien short series, which is from the Alien franchise. It's a tabletop series. There'll be some wonderful guests. I will be there, and I'm really looking forward to it as much as I look forward to any tabletop game. And that's pretty much it from me. Cammy, take it away.
Who are you playing?
I'm playing Enoch Solomon.
There
I
you
was
go.
gonna save my character for
Already wrapped up in the new
Yep.
show that he's forgotten about.
God. It's been a
God.
tough week.
For being
Cammy,
so
take it away.
excited. For
Cammy,
being so
introduce who
excited.
you are, what you do, and who you play.
Hi, I'm Cammy Cat. I make songs, parodies, and covers based around Dungeons and Dragons or World of Darkness, and I am playing Renee Beto or Half Elf Bard, and I'm very tired, but I'm here!
Yes.
Yay!
I believe in you.
Would you mind turning yourself up just a tad? I have you at 200%, and you're still.
I can turn myself up an itty bitty bit.
Thank
Is that
you.
better?
Say things.
That was
Yeah, that looks good. Okay, awesome. Cool. All right.
Cow.
Next and lastly, Davy, introduce who you are, what you do, and who you play.
I refuse to introduce myself until I see the chat filled with animated emotes. Although realizing that there's a bit of a delay, this was kind of a poor
All right,
choice
you
on
heard
my
him,
part. I'm gonna
chat.
assume you did.
Show us your best
Cool. How
animated
dare
emote. I know
you.
Shen made a bunch of wonderful ones, so I want to see some arrow spins.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa! Look at this bees.
There it is. There's
Look
the
at
bees.
bees.
That's good enough.
Bees.
Look at the
An attempt
waves.
was
Look at
made.
what you did.
Oh, we got them. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's so beautiful. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
God, Pog.
Howdy, how's it going? My name is Davy Chappie, and I teach people how to play Dungeons and Dragons on the internet. And this weekend, I am going to be going to prison because there's a Dystopia Rising National event that's taking place inside of an abandoned penitentiary in Pennsylvania. So if you happen to be going to the Dystopia Rising National event, look for Johnny Fairplay. But today, I will be playing Nathaniel Gainsby, the Witch Taker Wizard of Belkinus, who has chosen not to take the witch.
Yes.
Hooray!
And although I have one minor announcement, and that is that the wonderful music that you have heard in the background, the majority of it has been composed by our wonderful, formerly known as Music Reborn, now known as Tavern Cat Records. They have recently changed their screen name, and I'll have to change all the descriptions to reflect that. But if you like the music that has been going on in the background of Necro Hunt, that is Tavern Cat Records, and you can see them with the command ! Art, And you can see all of our wonderful artists, including the portrait artist Callie, the major NPC artist Kate, the background artist Angel, and of course Tavern Cat Records, the musical composer.
They are all lovely people, and you should all tell them how lovely they are.
Yes,
They are
yes.
indeed.
And without them, Necro Hunt would not be nearly as good as it is. Nearly as
Necro would
cool
not
as
be
it
full of nothing but hot NPCs.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
We love
yes.
our hot NPCs.
I'm
and
not
our
saying
hot
I-
PCs.
Yes, like seriously, just I've seen this in the chat so many times. The Belkinus is known for just everyone's hot.
Everyone's attractive in Belkinus.
Yep.
But who wants to recap what happened last session?
Previously on Belkinus Necro Hunt.
Oh, whoa.
That's
Af-
scary.
Thank you for volunteering.
him.
Stepping up to the plate.
Leave on you.
After a few intimate moments between the players, each getting the chance to connect to another member in the party, and a fair warning from Luke, who was Renee's father, the team finally made it into Cloveway. And they realized and found that it was filled with nothing but necromancy, but not what they were expecting. It turned out that the Spine of Death was not hiding in Cloveway, rather that it was revealed that Cloveway is just a city full of necromancers, while the Spine of Death has specific portals that they use to get in and out of, where they hide in order to perform their necromancy. Desperate to find some more information, the team made their way into Cloveway and found out that Cara Miharian, who is now being called the priestess, the Grand Priestess in the city, was just there, and everyone enjoyed her company, and everyone was really, really liking her, which kind of freaked everybody out. More shenanigans ensued, including the discovery that Renee's brother was also there in the city. Luna's sword was acting up again, and also the fact that the church was sort of trying to become a church of the Raven Queen, which was very rare. Once they were kind of making their way, Cara did reveal herself. She came out and was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And it was like, "Okay, we need to talk to you." And she was like, "Shit, okay." Walks us into a church. Turns out it's a trap. Shenanigans ensued. Instead of trying to fight only to take her down, the team decides to try and talk her down. With many different attacks and many different talkings and shenanigans, we were able to successfully talk down Cara Miharian, who apparently had given up trying to revive her sister a long, long time ago. Ta-da!
Yes. That is a very good recap. Yeah.
Yay!
Okay.
Beautiful.
A majority of these end up being very...
Pretty accurate. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, with that, we can begin. So, say bye to the chat,
chat.
players.
Bye,
Give the game your undivided attention, and we can begin session 15 of Belkinus Necro Hunt.
Hey.
So we begin with you all, Enoch, Luna, Renee, and Nathaniel. You are all standing in the chapel of the Raven Queen amidst a broken down, tearful Cara Miharian, gently holding a locket with a portrait of her sister in hand. The chapel itself is beaten and broken, and cracks in the stone and bones on the floor and scorch marks of spells litter the entire area. And you all stand before the High Priestess of Cloveway, who utters the sentence, "I stopped looking for true resurrection a long time ago. It was never supposed to be this way."
So why don't you explain to us what the plan was going to be?
She turns to you a moment. You can tell that she's still fairly apprehensive. And she slowly stands up from her place on the floor, using her bone staff to prop herself up. I've had assassins sent to my way, complete nobodies pretending to want to learn about necromancy. But most of you already have a pre-existing reputation to risk, so I'd like to ask you questions first.
Oh, yeah, sure. I can totally answer a lot of questions while my arm is dying.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful.
Oh, I'm gonna go over to you, Renee, and put my hand on you and give you my healing hands.
just like on her arm.
You can see Cara is unconcerned with all of your wounds at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, it's fine. We don't need our bard being super dehydrated. So just take 8 healing points, please.
Nathaniel, were you
Thank
going
you.
to say something?
Yeah, am I quiet right now, by the way?
A
Like, more quiet
little
than
bit.
usual?
A little bit. Sorry, I didn't
I'm
hear you
turning my
talking.
gain up. Here we go. Beep, beep.
Beep beep. There he goes.
Hey there.
Hey.
That's
Yeah, that should
better,
be good.
Much better.
All right, good. Yes, I would love to. Perhaps you can move your spell for me then.
Very well, Mr. Witch Taker. And she, with a snap of her fingers, yep, all your banes are gone. And, was there any other spell on you?
It was just Bane, but
Yeah, it was
I
just the
feel
Bane.
more comfortable without it on.
Yes.
That said, as she takes it off, I'll raise my hand. Fantastic, and now I'll put one on all of us. And I'll throw my hand into the air as pink sparks shoot out, and I cast Zone of Truth around all of us.
Yep.
You can see she tilts her head. Really?
Listen,
And,
we have run into so many people. This is more a precautionary measure than anything else.
I raise
You are
my
totally
eyebrows.
free to, like,
Really?
I'm currently in the corner of the room, kind of just putting Kuro back together. Just like, oh, we doing the Zone of Truth thing?
yes, if you would kindly like to join us so that she knows that we're all on the same page.
Oh, perfect. Well, it's not like I was gonna lie, anyways. All right, I getting them up and working.
gonna
Okay. Yep.
Pick my swords up while I'm thinking about it.
Like, kind
Let
of.
don't
me
need to
let me
stand on.
take off the. My laptop is being
Oh.
very slow, so pardon me.
No,
Never
you're
mind.
good.
Take your time.
We're just big chilling.
Yeah.
What else were you? What else, Nathaniel?
No, never mind. Never mind.
Okay. Kuro's just gonna be there for a moment with the X
Yeah.
because I can't.
Yeah.
My laptop's being very slow.
That's
But
okay.
yes,
It's fine.
she crosses her arms. So, why are you here?
We were told to stop the necromancy here in Cloveway.
Yes, you are hunting the Black Vein Queen. Yes.
She kind of does the 2-hand gesture, like, oh, well, yeah, you know.
And it came to your surprise that she is not here.
Oh.
Is she not you?
No, but tell an entire country bent on throwing necromancers into jail at the first sight.
So
So why
you're
you
not responsible behind the terrorist attacks going on in Belkinus.
Well, I can say perhaps a few may have taken up necromancy in my stead. I can deny my responsibility all I want, but I cannot be certain that some of them may have looked to me as a sort of inspiration.
So
But
Joseph
no,
Fellow-
I have nothing to do with the spine of death.
I have a more specific question then. Why is it that Chandrell wants you?
You can see that her eyes dart to you. That bitch.
Yes.
We're coming close to that census.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about her anymore.
So she was calling you the Black Vein Queen, but more specifically, she wanted you alive.
Explicitly so.
Yes.
But what for?
We don't
That's what
know.
we're trying to figure out.
I think that the answer might be elucidated if we have the answer to how I came about. And I'm going to pull out the journal once more, or not the journal, but the notes once more.
Yes, the diaries.
We've been finding these all the way up the roads to you. I don't imagine that you've just been letting them loose. Which means
You can
someone has
see
been
that she
planting
looks
us on
furious at you holding the notes. Where did you find those?
Around, honestly.
everywhere. There was one on it. There was one in a grave. There was one inside of a box. They were everywhere, almost like crumbs leading to you. I don't think that you left them. Not anymore.
I have a player question. I'm so sorry. I just need to know if this is meta information or if it's in character information. But didn't Luke say that he was the one who was
No.
Did he? No.
Okay.
He did not say that
Did-
at all.
I mean, did he?
Okay, I think
Did he?
did I
He
lose
was
the plot
trying.
somewhere?
He was trying to find these notes himself.
Yeah.
The fact that
you.
you
They
guys,
They were around, but like.
yeah, the fact that you guys found them is circumstantial.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'd been
Sorry about
researching on
that.
his own about Cara Maharian.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. I'm glad that we have the clarification.
If you'd like, you can have them back.
She holds up her hand. I don't need them anymore. Besides, you're an investigator. Maybe you could piece these together into something that I could not.
Well, I suppose the first question is, how did you come about losing it?
Well, it's a long story, and you hear the creak of the door, and you can see just at the front of the chapel, kind of by the door, you can see it's. You hear Jaclyn's voice. Cara, is everything all right?
Phone call him in the middle of the
I look
I'm
at
gonna look up.
I look at Cara and I say, "Well, she is just a tall glass of sweet tea, ain't she?"
She just scratches the back of her head a little bit in embarrassment. Yes, dear, all is well. It seems there was just a plain, simple misunderstanding. And Jaclyn slowly creaks open the door, creaks open the door, holding a wand kind of pointed at you all in a shaky hand.
Oh, honey. Renee's just gonna wave her like half
weird
dead
being on the
hand. I'm
odd.
like, hello.
Cara,
Weird being on
That's
the
what
odd
you're
end and being
saying right
pointed
now?
at
Oh my god.
something.
Cara
I
notices
bring-
this and hand waves it. No, Jaclyn, dear, I didn't say the code phrase. We've been over this. It's I seem to have forgotten some of my tools.
Oh, you have
Oh,
a
you
good
guys-
place too.
You guys have a secret word, safety
That's-
word.
Enoch.
What?
Well,
You've seen
he's
Luna put her head in her hands.
well, when you're hunted by thousands of assassins and people trying to take control of your wits, and she looks to Nathaniel, you can't be too certain. We have a lot of safety measures around here.
Here, here.
Well,
Renee
better
just
safe
kind of
than
nods to you
sorry.
of like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep, Nathaniel nods with.
They're both just like, yep, we've been there.
Yeah, no, being safer is better than being sorry.
Jaclyn kind of steps into the chapel and starts inspecting the area, and she just like rubs two fingers on the floor. Did you put glyphs of warding in the chapel?
Yeah, she did.
I brush off the debris.
Yeah, she did. They're very effective.
Actually, quite not so. I wasn't blown up by one. Only a skeleton.
I gotta learn
Now,
how
the
to
thing is,
do
the
that.
skeletons kind of let their way into it. They basically were like,
I
upset
think we are getting off topic.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right.
Perhaps we can take this conversation elsewhere, where there's
I was
not
just
so
about to
much
say.
destruction.
Oh, well,
to
yeah,
be
I can
fair.
clean this up a bit if you want me to. I just wave my hand.
She
a bit.
holds up a hand. No. Trust me. It's safer that you don't.
Yep, you're right. You're right. Realizing, oh, there's probably more clips that we have not seen.
May I ask a question before we leave?
What is it?
It's about the chapel. Actually, the Raven Queen is a interesting deity to commit yourself to.
That's going to be another long story.
I may have a longer story for you as well.
Will you at least do it over drinks?
yes. Oh my God, I was just about to say it. You have a very good mind. Let's go get drinks, please.
So-
I
which will
already
it be?
like you more than your sister, already.
So which will it be?
Make no mistake, this is for my own benefit.
No. Just you didn't have us wake up in a room where we had no idea where the hell we were or why we were there. So
But make no mistake, Nathaniel.
And to be quite honest, you are a lot more forthcoming than most. I pull out the bottle of whiskey.
Adventurers nowadays are very strange. Are they usually so chatty and complimentary?
I wish they wouldn't be, but you fall in with the lot. So, which will it
It's
be?
better than murder hobos, really.
I'm
So
still
she
debating on you.
leads you out.
Ah!
Nathaniel,
And-
what were you trying to say?
Yeah, what were you?
Matter now. Oh,
Okay.
3
Yeah,
times.
try to
sorry.
not be so interruptive, guys. I know we all want to say
No, that's
funny
cool.
stuff, but
It's cool. We're all fine.
let each other finish.
Let's do that. Nah, we good. Let's go.
So she leads you out, and you can see that there appears to be a kind of small mob that has kind of surrounded the place. And I haven't placed everybody's tokens because I
Oh God.
forgot.
If it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Hey.
What did
And
we call the? What did you call the Tabaxi, Davy?
Oh, what's his actual name?
Lord Fluffykins.
No, his actual name.
I don't know. Pop quiz, Davy. What is his
Kaime.
actual name?
Hey.
Captain Kaime. It's Captain Kitty.
Captain Kitty.
Of course, yes. Yes, Captain Kitty is there, as is Jaclyn, Francis, and the majority of Cloveway is here as well.
Oh, looks like today's a Bones Day.
I just
It is
want
a
to make,
Bones Day. It's a Bones Day and a half today.
make sure my
Sorry,
swords
continue.
are away, please. Just weapons are stowed, and I don't want to get fucking spelled out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, everything's sheathed up. Probably. It's coming to my mind that oh fuck, I need to fix the damn thing.
Might want
I'll do
to.
it privately.
Yeah, I want to wait for that.
Yeah, no.
So yes, you guys head outwards, and you can see that there's a crowd, and a lot of them get kind of in a little startled at everyone coming out. And Cara holds out her free hand and shouts out with some thaumaturgy, "All is well, everyone. Return to your business." And she seems to say something in a low, bellowing language that none of you can understand.
It.
Not necessarily would I recognize it, but is it something that I have heard before? Not necessarily can I understand what she's saying, but is this a language that I've ever heard before?
Have you ever heard Abyssal before?
I
I
have.
don't. Oh,
Have you?
I understand her.
Yes,
You understand her.
Abby understands.
Celestial, common, and elvish.
Yep, I understand exactly what she says. I know Abyssal.
You understand exactly what. Okay, you know Abyssal?
I know Abyssal. I have 3 languages. Those are, and I'm fine with saying this, you can put it on the wiki. I have Common, Draconic for obvious reasons, and
Yeah.
Abyssal.
Wow. All right.
It came in handy.
Well,
I'm
An
I don't
elective.
remember where I learned Abyssal. I think it was from my Sage background.
I needed a college credit.
Yeah,
Okay,
probably
great.
because Sage gives you an extra language.
Yeah. All right. Well, you hear her, and you hear her say that the raven has brought its children to the shore in Abyssal. And a lot of shoulders kind of slump down and relax. And she turns to you, code language. We have to take precautionary measures in the event someone pretends to be me or decides to deceive us.
No, it's fine. It's, like I said, rather safe than sorry.
Secrets.
You can see the
Oh, no fun
Leonin.
unless you tell me.
The Leonin continues to stand guard, hands ready to cast, glowing as if a simple hand movement will let loose a spell. High Priestess, I've seen these lot earlier this morning. Are you sure the sun will rise tomorrow? And then Cara interrupts him. Put your bloody hands down, Kaime, it's me. Or should I share your little escapades with the flumps with the entirety of the town to prove it?
Yes.
And I just looks over like, I would like to know that immediately and today.
Kaime's face goes bright red, and he puts his hands down and he salutes. That won't be necessary, my lady. It's good to see you safe. I'll tend to the perimeter.
Oh, have you ever seen a kitten blush?
And he starts to walk off. A few of the other guards are chuckling, and she shuts them up, and he tells them to go off in another direction. So they start to patrol the area.
I make a mental note that someone that looks a lot like Renee just happened to be hanging out. That's weird.
I was gonna say, like,
Yeah,
Renee's not
he's
gonna
there
hide
too.
it,
He's
but, like,
he's
she'll-
just goes, and he sees you kind of
Yeah,
like
she's
battered
gonna-
and bruised, Renee, and he jumps and leaps to give you a hug. Oh my
she'll hug
god!
back. yep, I'm okay. Like she kind of like
Oh,
takes a moment,
sorry,
just, like,
sorry.
pauses. Ow. No, it's okay. It's primarily just like this side, and she like just over at like the arm area. It's like it's muscle this side, but I've been taken care of. It is okay. I shouldn't say that because then I'll just jinx myself. I'm okay.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about leaving, but then you went into the chapel, and I wasn't sure. Maybe we could leave together.
Yes, this is what happens when you have a group of people with you. It means that you don't die. Like she's sitting there like,
And Cara speaks of, speaking of dying, I'm about to do so of thirst. Is the sweet and sour
Yes.
open?
I think so.
All right.
That's what we.
She
Where are you
goes.
from?
She goes and gives a little hug to Jaclyn. I'll be back soon.
oh.
She waves over and she just like clutches one hand to her chest, and just like as you pass by, she just like whispers to you all, "I'm so glad that you're not trying to kill her."
I just two thumbs up, like
I
two
still
thumbs up,
have
really
the-
wide smile with her.
Do I still have the hydrangea she gave me?
You do, yes.
Can I put it in my hair, please?
Absolutely, you may.
I give her those wide eyes of someone who's like, or of someone who is pretending to be really sincere. I am glad too. For what it's worth, I did appreciate the flowers.
Banjo.
Did you?
I feel like hearing
What?
that, Renee's just like, I can't wait to put you in a flower crown before we leave. It will look so lovely.
Oh, perhaps I
Maybe
could
we can
help
put it around
out.
his hat.
Oh, I think you would
Yes,
look
we should put it
lovely in
around the hat.
daisies.
We should put it around the hat so it has to stay on.
Luna's just gonna nudge you, Renee. You are evil. You know that. Absolutely.
Where do you think I get it from? She like looks, gestures over to kind of like to the side eye over to Nathaniel. Like, come on, like who do I work with?
Fair. Gotta get your
Right,
fun while
right.
you can.
I'm kind of sticking close to Cara because I feel like I want to strike a conversation with her at some point here.
Okay, I
Well,
think
we're all
you.
going to
I
the
think you
next-
all
we're all
do,
going to the
and don't
tavern,
worry, there'll be
so-
plenty of
Literally
time for
everyone
that.
wants to talk to this woman.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I'm just like I'm constantly staring at the bone arm is where
Mhm.
my mind's going.
Yeah, and you guys, head. It's a short distance, and on the way, you can see the children that were chasing the skeletal cat earlier is holding the kind of limp body and like tossing it up at Cara, playing like wanting her to conjure it again. She just goes no, and heads back, continues on her way without a second thought.
Like
Um,
then literally tossing the skeleton, kind of like Renee shuffles a little bit away. Like,
Are the
someone else
kids?
could be in front of that.
Are the kids still kind of cowering away from us? Or
No, seeing that you're in such close proximity with Cara, they seem to have completely lowered their guard.
can I like reach down and cast light on the cat's skull? Like what I did for
Yes,
the
you
kid.
may. You may do that. And
I did
the
for-
cat.
It's like what I did for Eliza and Edmund.
Yeah,
You-
but now it's just like a lit up cat head.
It is. And now you see just a small, like, round skull of a cat glowing a bright white. And the children are like, ooh. And they start, like, flying it around like an airplane.
Oh God.
And they leave you guys alone. You head into the sweet and sour, and you see Priscilla. She waves and just is taken back a little bit at you guys, kind of just like covered in filth and wounds.
I was
Oh.
planting.
Don't worry about it. Just a regular little spat. Give me my regulars.
Like interpreted to Nathaniel. I still can't believe you were planting. What was the plan with that again?
Perhaps. I have gotten used to seeing some of those flowers. A few of them are actually allergenic.
Oh, okay.
I'll make a
Well, you
garland
know.
for you later.
Huh? Oh, okay.
Right. And she just immediately, like, deadline towards one of the tables. Seems to be a favorite of hers, and she just flops down and lets her staff down beside her And I'll just show her portrait just so you have something to look at while you chat.
Yay!
Once again.
Yay.
Fucking beautiful artwork, man.
She's so
Once
pretty.
again,
Between looking at her and that skeleton farmer.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
I love that farmer.
I do love like the like Angel's whole style here. I really do. It's nice, and its roughness really matches this this town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she slumps down, and you can see that Priscilla brings her a bottle of nondescript liquid, and she just kind of pours it into a mug and takes a few sips every now and then, taking a few deep breaths, closing her eyes, taking in kind of the smell of the tavern, and then leans back. All right, who's first?
I'll take a jab.
All right.
And I'm sitting down next to her, and I pull out my bottle and want some, or you good?
No.
All right. And I take a swig.
You're a follower of Arethys, are you not?
I am. And more recently, I began to question those followings.
Yeah, it's a stubborn lot when they first came into the country, I'll tell you that.
I can imagine. I was stubborn too. Till recently.
No. How nice.
Still are. What are you talking about?
I'm stubborn in some ways. I've definitely evolved. Come on.
I will say that, but you know, me and you are both still stubborn. That hasn't changed.
Oh yes, no, I get that. But
Go back to what you said earlier. You said that they were stubborn before. Do you know followers of Erethys?
A few.
Is that the common? Oh, okay.
Most of them did not last long, either moved out or the place split, was completely consumed by that Church of the Eternals.
Terrible
not
people.
exactly a pretty sight for anyone of
No.
particular interest.
So, ask a
Right.
question. Go on. She takes a few sips out of her mug.
I'm ultimately curious about two things. And this is mainly because I'm searching for answers more for myself just as much as for everyone else here.
Of
First
course you
off-
are. No one ever comes to just say hi anymore. Well, what is it?
Well, hi. And my first question is Chandra. Why? Not only why is she a bitch, but also ultimately why does she want you? Ultimately, like, is it your power? Is it something that you have, or is it something that she thinks you have?
She takes a big swig of her mug. I thought you would be the ones to have more information on that. She hired you, after all. I haven't talked with her in decades. Last thing I said to her, I best not repeat it here, but let's say we're not on good terms. She was the one who shut down my research in necromancy.
So she was leading something like that.
She was also the one who believed in you and no one else would.
She doesn't say anything to that.
What changed?
The war left a lot of us hurt, traumatized, scared, making rash, stupid decisions.
Like implementing laws that prohibit necromancy.
She just kind of like, while sipping the mug, like the other hand just pointing to you and nod.
So is that what you ultimately disagreed on? That it was too drastic a measure?
Well, I thought that it was going to restrict me in what I was trying to do, which was learn more about it and maybe perhaps invent a few ways to help the lost.
And how did Chandra feel about your practices? Obviously, publicly she disavowed them, but personally.
I don't rightly know. It's been so long. What I do remember of the chat was she was very saving face. She didn't want to show any emotion, being all the general's favorite, trying to appear as such a strong, stoic leader that she is. She was incredibly cold towards the end of the war.
Yes, I can see.
I think I've pretty much covered a major part of why. Thank you. I appreciate your insight. I'm pretty sure my friends here will have a lot more questions, but the second... Cara, could you give me some guidance on this measure? I have a personal friend I want to ask about, and...
Well, spit it out.
It's difficult because it's not normal for me to discuss feelings like this. I have a friend named Mirth who came here shortly after I had met them. They were going to be my apprentice, but I foolishly at the time did not realize that the mistakes that I had made drove them away harder. And I want to apologize, and I know how I want to apologize, but how do you make it right?
She puts down her mug on the table and seriously considers this question. And she stares off into the distance. It's a sad reality that sometimes you can't. Sometimes your mistakes will stick with you forever, and you have to live with it. You may try to reconvene and fix the problem, but you must accept that even with the greatest tools, you may not rebuild that bridge.
And at least a single tear just kind of makes its way out, and I thank you. Thank you.
All right, who's next? Witch Taker, I'm sure you've got a million things to overanalyze.
Oh, that would be. And take an investigator that has to ask questions and chastise them for asking questions. I'm sure that we could have a pleasant drink together, but for now, work. What happened to your research when you left? Did you take it with you, or did Chantrell have it?
I did take it with me. I sought to teach and train a new generation of necromancers to mine own ends. Seeing as you have a majority of my notes, you may see that I've done some questionable things.
Oh, yes. Yeah, questionable is not the word I would use, but regardless. And in that, does the name Pierce Bloodstride mean anything to you?
She, chokes on her drink a little bit.
Oh, that bodes well. That always bodes well when it makes you
yeah.
split up your drink. So, yeah, no, please go into that.
Is that what he calls himself now?
Can I just offer her a napkin, please?
But that's on
Fucking name.
Fuck goes for Pierce.
I'm just gonna give her a napkin.
Pierce, she takes it from you without without hesitation or losing stride at all, and just dabbing her mouth. Pierce was his middle name.
Okay.
And he was one of my finest students. He came long after I stopped researching True Resurrection and insisted on continuing the siphoning project. He was very upset and naive, that boy.
Ah, okay.
I know that he's one of the main people behind the Spine of Death, but I've decided to stay out of that and whatever goes on in that bloody country.
Well, the thing about that bloody country is that it's going to kind of try and fuck up this bloody country. And this one's already fucked up. He's just trying to reinstate the chaos that kind of came with the war.
Yes, he just nearly tricked a group of people into setting loose a Warforged army upon Cloveway.
He also tried to convince a group of people to try and join him in necromancy. I think he's trying to build himself a group of people who believe that violence is the only answer.
And he's
Which is
also
the
kidnapping children. That's also
Yes.
happening.
He really is the worst. What was his name?
Well, his
love to know
original
his
name was Laszlo Dungbite.
Laszlo Pierce.
Can I write that down?
Dunbite. Laszlo Pierce.
Fucking Camp
Dunbite.
Laszlo.
Camp Laszlo.
Oh, that's
Get
going
out
on.
of Camp Laszlo. Let's get
The only thing is
I
the
don't know if that's
fucking
how you
Camp
spell it.
Laszlo theme. I can't.
Immediately, just art of the entire party laughing as Cara's just sitting there with their drink.
No, but Renee probably just kind of.
I see why he changed his name now.
My face betrays no emotion.
Fucking Laszlo of all that's worse than Pierce, worse than Bloodstride. What the fuck? Never.
I
Look,
feel like
okay,
we're harming
continue,
the
I'm
wrong
done.
thing here.
Well, yeah, hyper-focusing. Back to the topic.
Right. Well, Laszlo seems to be using your name to wreak all of this havoc. I imagine that that is publicly why we're on this mission. Well, the mission isn't public, but I imagine that's why Chandrel felt no need to elaborate.
Did she know him? Chandrel.
No, I've not spoken to her in many decades.
Okay, so that came out decades after. Okay, just trying to get my timeline here.
As far as we are aware, Pierce is using a portal, a pocket dimension that he hides all of his necromancers in, including our friend Mirth. Apparently only a very powerful necromancer is capable of opening this portal.
She just like rubs her, she just like pinches her nose a little bit. Oh, he was a good student. Yes, I developed some very special dimensional magics in my time learning about siphoning. It was a recreation of something that I made for the war, but tried to expand upon it. It seems that he may have learned a little bit too quickly.
Would
Well.
someone as powerful as you go?
No, you go. You go.
I was just gonna. Would someone as powerful as you be able to try and perhaps decipher or conjure up the magic? That
Not
would
unless I've been there
open this-
myself, no, unfortunately.
Ah. What if we know someone who's been there before? Would that help?
Perhaps, but I don't know if you've got any friends in the spine of death.
Not really a friend, but someone who can help.
No,
Well, then we may have a chance to stop them yet.
I still have a couple of questions, of course. Chandrel had tasked us with finding you, and in lieu of actually defeating you, we were to use one of these. I'm gonna take one of the Pokeballs.
She slams her mug on the table. I made those!
Oh,
Those are mine! She wanted to use my own mute crystals against me!
Quite effective.
Of course they're effective! I invented them!
well, you did a fantastic job.
Which leads me into my next question. We've only ever managed to use one of these, and it was on a creature I believe you will have a lot of history with. The rampaging monster known as Thorn.
Yes, and I'm sure it worked swimmingly. She takes
I
another
mean,
sip of her mug.
It held him long enough for us to get away.
What do you mean long enough? The mute crystals keep them in there indefinitely.
It
Yes.
did not for them.
And that's impossible. Nothing
very-
alive could break out of those things.
I'm
Maybe it's
not
not
convinced
alive.
that what it is alive. What this creature is, I'm not sure. You can call it alive or it's experiment, but it descends from the sky like a meteor, cuts everything down in its path and takes off again.
Wait, you truly do not know what this creature is?
She, for once, has surprise on her face and turns. No, I thought it was simply some angry adventurer or mercenary hired to kill necromancers. Someone strong, someone powerful.
You've never encountered them before?
I've avoided them at every chance. They're extremely efficient at their job.
I was going to say, pencil and paper, maybe? I want to sketch out the armor. Like, if Cara's doing everything to avoid it and has never actually seen Thorn.
Oh, I've seen them before.
You've seen them, okay.
I've made battle with them, but they are far too strong. My only goal when encountering anyone is to protect my people, protect the necromancers.
Is it fight similarly to something you've seen before?
No. I'd simply assume that it was someone from the east, or another kingdom.
And you are absolutely sure that it has nothing to do with anything you've researched?
She looks down a moment.
Sightseeing.
In pursuing true resurrection, I've learned a few things. In attempts to cast them on someone, it brings them back but briefly, before turning them into a monstrous abomination. And usually they are deformed, not retaining their original shape. Whatever this thing is, it's humanoid, and whoever brought them back must be someone incredibly strong.
That only leaves two possibilities. Well, no. One.
And what's that, Nathaniel?
I had two theories. The first was that perhaps Chandrell had something to do with the creation of Thorn. But given that Chandrell needs you, Cara, I imagine that she doesn't have the necrotic capabilities to create a monster such as this.
Then it appears my little blood stride has surpassed me.
So it would seem. Does the shop have tea?
Yes, it does. Priscilla! And Priscilla comes back. Yes, Nathaniel?
Ah, wonderful. I switch immediately to like the very comforting voice.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to see you. Would you be a dear, and any tea that you can find, I would love. Here. And I'm gonna reach into my pocket and I'll flick a gold her way. Well, I won't like flick it like go get it.
Right.
I'll make sure you can get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And she'll bring back some various different brews for you to choose from.
Aw.
I am going to mull this over, Luna.
Actually, when you flip her the gold, she simply hands it back to you, and Cara just speaks up. Oh, we don't use gold here. There's no payment necessary because this is such a small community. Everything is run community. We can't afford to try and make profits off each other. We're barely keeping ourselves alive.
I see. Well, thank you. And I'm going to nod at Priscilla, and then I will say, as I was saying, right. I'm going to mull this over. Luna, you had questions.
And also, I think your little friend over there... Wait, actually, Renee, did you take the notebook in the chest, or you just took the locket?
I mean, I took the locket out. I would assume that Renee grabbed the notebook afterward.
Okay.
Like, after all the things have started to calm down.
Right.
You know? Like...
It seems your little friend over there was so busy snooping through my things, and perhaps you could find a few more clues in those notes. But
like, shit, Renee kind of shrugs, like, I mean it well, it's journal in hand. Ah, you're right. And hands it over to Nathaniel.
Yes.
Right.
adventurers.
Yes,
Oh, so
I hold
nosy.
it up. The sun beams down upon it. Da 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 da.
Oh,
Anyway.
God.
All right, of course, but I will take it, and as I lean back and allow Luna to
Do
speak, I am
take care,
looking
Witch Taker. Those are very private, and don't look too far into them as far as psychoanalysis.
Oh, of course not. I wouldn't want to psycho.
His mind is like a steel trap.
And tell me, are there any more pictures of Ninja Abbey?
She just squints at you.
Listen, they were really good drawings.
Yes, I especially enjoyed the way that she managed to find your journal every time.
Not the best thing to remind the woman.
So
In
we've
any
got
case.
we've got a washed up follower of Erithus,
Not washed up. I'm very alive.
a strange investigative man who uses enchantments like his people are playthings, and you. She just points at Renee. Well, I don't know who you are, but you're a bard, so you've probably done something stupid.
Fuck
Multiple
you
times.
too. That's fine.
Oof.
And you stink of the Raven Queen.
Yeah, that's a long story. And I'll kind of like, I still have a bottle of wine. I'm gonna crack that
Yeah.
open.
As you're opening that, it's like, I guess it is story time, so.
Oh, God. Well, I suppose a story for a story then. You said that it was a long one for how you ended up in a church to the Raven Queen, the high priest of one, no less. That is a far cry from what. Does she not abhor necromancy and undeath?
Well, she does. It doesn't take a high bishop to know that tampering with the bodies of those who have passed may upset a certain figure whose job it is to ferry the souls to the afterlife. And so I spent many years after finishing my studies for true resurrection, trying to repent for my sins against death by paying tribute to the Raven Queen, making rituals, offerings, shrines, the usual deific sort. Because when I leave this world, I'd rather my soul not be shattered into a million pieces because I pissed off the Grim Reaper.
I believe she's been leading me here, and not for the purpose that I initially thought she was. It's a very long story, but the easiest way to say it is that my father was a soldier in the war, and his platoon was on the verge of dying, and she appeared to him and made him a deal. I was the result of that deal.
That is very strange. The Raven
She
Queen.
doesn't take mortal champions, I know.
No, she doesn't even have followers, or at least she didn't, not until now.
And that's, I think, why I was so confused seeing a church of hers here. The most I've ever been able to see, really, has been a sad, neglected altar in Chester City, with one follower who also followed necromancy.
Well, that tracks. As the rise of tension against the necromancers has risen, so too has followers of the Raven Queen.
What do you mean?
Well, if any of us religious lot would be put to some sort of reputation as being sinners all the time, I would assume that normally most of us would probably try to absolve those sins, yes?
Yes, I suppose so.
Enoch stares down at his drink viciously.
I'm even more confused.
Well, it sounds like it's a little bit of people following Goddess of Death to go against death magic, people who are using death magic and then trying to absolve themselves from the Goddess of Death. It is like just a whole intertwined web of just glare here.
Well,
if I'm
you
not
can
too far off.
I don't know what I can help you with, but I have talked with her once, briefly, decades ago, in a musty old tomb that was not marked on any map.
What did she say to you?
She told me what she wanted. She wanted shrines. She wanted all these things that all the other gods got that she never did. I assume she wanted to see what it was like, and as payment for all my discrepancies against her. And so I founded the town of Cloveway, that others may do the same.
I've been hearing her in my head for the past few days. It's never anything. It's not anything that, well, obvious. She's not telling me any direct course of action. She's just saying to keep going. I'm doing well to keep going. And I thought that she was telling me to go to Cloveway because necromancers. But I'm not sure that was her intention for sending me here anymore.
You can see her looking at her mug, just like tapping it with like her bony finger a little bit, and it takes her a long while to respond. Well, I don't know what any of that means.
I don't either.
Insight.
All right, give me an insight.
Yeah, I think Luna's too dumb to insight this, so have fun with that.
Oh shit! We only roll 20s in this house.
You always roll a natural 20 on an insight.
Holy shit.
What
This
the
is
fuck?
payback for all of last session.
She's absolutely hiding something.
Good.
She's trying her best poker face, but you can tell that there are some very slight subtleties that she has ideas, as if she knows something, basically. She's not letting it all out.
In that case, once she says that, I am going to repeat back to her in Abyssal the thing that she said to everybody else as we exited. I can't remember the exact wording, but...
Oh, yes.
Oh.
The
Children
Raven...
of the Raven Queen, yeah.
The Raven has its children at the shore.
Yeah.
The Raven has its children at the shore.
Oh, you know Abyssal. Congratulations.
And you know the Raven Queen more than you're letting on. Congratulations.
Luna, hearing that, she'll just look at her. Listen, I know this is a lot to ask. I know. And under normal circumstances, I wouldn't. But do you want to be a priestess of the Raven Queen? Yes. Well, I am one of her children, and I am lost, and I don't know where to go. Please.
She looks down at her mug. Listen, even if I wanted to... Do you have any idea what channeling requires? How much power it needs, and time, and preparation?
It seems like you do, which means perhaps you can do it for us.
And why would I ever do that?
Because we need time to recover from you kicking our asses.
Well, on a much more reasonable...
What about a favor for a favor?
And what favor could you offer me?
Seems like your god needs more protection. I don't hold myself to whatever Belkinus' standards are. I go where I can to find work. That just happens to be in Belkinus. A competent sword on your guard?
Give me a persuasion check.
That's gonna go bad. Okay.
You can do it.
No.
Get that 20.
Get that in that 20. Oh, you got in the wrong spot.
Almost.
Okay, still an 18.
Almost.
An 18.
18.
I don't know why
You
I
can
had
see her
advantage.
darting her eyes back between you and the mug. That her once poker face is waning a bit. Seeing as that she is not so easily able to keep it up in the presence of somebody who can see right through it. I'll think about it.
And while you're thinking on that, perhaps think on this for a moment. You're a very smart person, which means that we're going to come to the same conclusion that you need our help. Your town is struggling, as you have admitted. And the more that Bloodstride wreaks havoc across these lands, the more people are going to dislike necromancers and are going to, perhaps, march here. Already the people that guard this place are so wary of outsiders. I don't know if in your current condition you would be able to save them all. But perhaps that's not necessary. All you have to do is get us to Bloodstride.
She puts both her hands on the table. Very well. I will go to Belkinus with you.
I might be able to actually help with something about that, but I'll wait.
I'll have to get some things, and you will have to get some things for me.
Like?
Confidential things.
Ah, okay. Fun.
After kind of sitting and nodding, then it seems like there's a lot to discuss. But
Yes. All right. Well then. We should make preparations to leave. I'll be saying my goodbyes, getting things in order, and we can talk about the finer details of our plan when we leave. Here, and she just hands out a piece of parchment that she kind of, you see a little conjuring from her fingers, from her bony fingers, that lead into the parchment and form various different symbols on the piece of parchment, and hands it to whoever it will take it.
I take everything.
There he goes.
This is the paper
And
man.
Nathaniel's the bookkeeper. That's just how it is.
I know how paper works.
There's the smith in town. He'll be able to provide me with those materials. And don't look at them.
I give Nathaniel a look.
Of course not.
His name is Grammel. He'll be able to provide what you need.
Grammel.
And
So, just to clarify, this paper is folded up, and I'm not supposed to look at the ingredients that are on it.
they have, it's not folded up. It's a normal, simple piece of parchment with symbols, various symbols that look like indescribable nonsense shapes.
I see. Understood. Okay.
Her instructions to not look into it is more referring to the items that you are going to get specifically.
Don't look at the death books.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything you lot need before we leave town? I'm going to be a couple of hours, so you'll have plenty of time.
So we're leaving right now?
Yes, right now. Or would you rather wait for Bloodstride to
No,
take a bit
that's
more
fair.
time in his conniving?
That's
It's not that we'd rather wait, it's that two of us are nearly dead.
No,
I'm
we
not
should
nearly
leave.
dead. I'm okay now.
Oh, yes, rest.
I think that we should leave immediately.
I'm gonna have to agree on this.
Well, can you two at least sit down for an hour and just, I don't know, bandage your wounds?
We'll just have to take a certain path back to the city proper, if only because I will be having a traveler join us.
Who?
Just looks like
You can see
me,
Francis is
myself,
at another table, just like kind of trying to not look conspicuous, but just like leaning in to try and eavesdrop.
considering
hello.
that. Yeah, she sighs like, considering that we aren't apparently going to die immediately right now. This is my, like, she just gestures over to Francis to bring him over. Get over here. get
Yeah,
over here.
he leans in. Hello, I am Francis. It's very nice to meet you all.
Have you been listening in on this conversation this whole time?
You don't need to be mad at him. He is my brother, okay?
Okay, yes,
Be
a bit.
nice.
But I only heard muffles here and there.
My hand twitches.
And let me show the
You need
picture
to
of
be
him
nice
real
to
quick.
him.
There you go.
Renee.
I promise I will be as a mouse, out of your way and small and quiet.
This is your.
My little brother. Yes.
Mhm.
Well,
And make no mistake, I am good in a fight too. I can defend myself.
Haha! And he
You're
goes to
not
like
going-
reach for an empty dagger.
She's just like, let's not do too much just yet. We're not planning to fight anything immediately. I'm not planning to fight anything immediately.
I'm always ready to fight some.
No, we are not fighting anything immediately, and right now we are going to try our best to stay out of trouble.
oh, let's see what's
Cara,
that.
may I ask one more question? And it's more about your research than anything.
Go on. I'm sure there are going to be plenty more on the trip.
It was about a specific line about resurrecting war heroes.
Yes, that they are more potent. They usually last a little bit longer. However, their strength usually means they're harder to control.
And what happens when one gets out of control?
Well, they usually transform into an abomination, as with most of our subjects. The fact that this one, whatever it is, this thorn, is able to maintain its shape as a humanoid is a miracle.
Luna's just gonna stand up and walk out of the tavern for a second. She needs a minute.
All right,
and she goes
so
again to process
That
whatever's
bodes
happening.
well.
yeah. Anybody else have any further things to ask Cara? I will say there are more
Not
chances.
while Francis is here.
There are more chances to ask her things on the way, as she said.
I would ask about the arm.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna ask her about her arm.
Yeah, I'm curious as to that with what happened to you.
Oh, seeing as you've got a prosthetic of your own, I thought you'd figure things out. You see, siphoning has its own drawbacks and side effects, and doing so much can oftentimes lead to certain things not going right, we'll say.
Well, I ain't never done no siphoning, but
Oh, but you've done experiments, haven't you?
no, I lost my arm from a pirate that tried to sell me into slavery.
Oh, please. I know you've done a few inventing, and you've got some scars from gears that have gone haywire. No one's that careful.
You'd be surprised. You gotta have steady hands if you're gonna put these on other people, really.
Very well. But yes, I've been a little bit malformed since my siphoning. But it has afforded me more powers and helped me make the town what it is now.
Well, you did something good.
I wouldn't say it was good. It cost many lives. Many
It's a
innocent
start.
lives.
It is a start. Where it's going to end, I don't know. But it is a start of something.
I'm gonna slide out of my seat, stand up, and I'm going to say, I'm going to get all of the materials that you need. I am very happy to have met you, Cara, and I'm sure that we're going to have plenty to talk about on the road. I give a bow, and I turn and walk away.
All right.
And there he goes.
For the record, Luna is just standing outside the tavern door. She's not far.
All right. And with that, Cara gets up as well. I'm going to go tend to some things before our trip.
All right.
You all can find me outside the chapel when you're ready.
Thank you
And
for
she
letting
starts
us
to
in.
walk out, but stops for a bit. Oh, and for the damages. And she waves her fingers around a bit. And every single one of you, because you are still within a close enough range,
Mask your wands. Mask your
with your next short rest, you will now double whatever your hit die rolls are.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
I was so wrong. I was so
That's
wrong.
mean. I mean, that's great. That's really, really good.
dirty. Probably like feeling. That's not necromancy, is it?
Do you have detect magic?
I do.
Was it on? Was it
I
on?
turned it on. It wasn't on in that moment. It wasn't on in that moment, but I have it. Can I turn it on?
I mean, you can. Like, nobody's stopping
Because
you.
it's my mask. Tell me.
Okay, you know that this magic is an evocation.
Okay, but is it necromancy?
No, evocation.
Evocation is the
magic.
school. Necromancy is
Oh,
the school of magic. Yeah, the school of
okay, good.
evocation.
As long as it's not necromancy, I feel like she's kind of like tenses up. Oh, okay, it's not that magic. Okay. Oh. Just shivers. Something that.
Y'all need it more than I do, honestly. Y'all need it more than I do, honestly. I'm at full health.
But yeah,
Well,
you guys.
good for you. Some of us decided to. Like,
Oh, good for you.
So you
You
guys.
look happy and healthy, not me.
You guys can do any preparatory things. Now, No Tail is in the town. If you would like to buy any of his items off of him.
I love this man.
Immediately
I
going
love
to
him.
No Tail.
No. The stock is still the same stock as last time, since you guys did not buy anything of note off of him last time, aside from the usual common stuff. So
Well, while people are considering what they're going to buy, can I talk to Luna?
I was
may.
gonna do that.
Sorry,
You know what?
you're
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go get stuff. I'll go get stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. You can have the
I'm
fun Luna
sorry.
conversation.
You can still join us.
Both have
No,
a Luna
it's all right.
conversation.
It's
You can
okay.
both have
You
one.
can join us.
No, only 2 people at a time. That's how
No,
feeling
join
scams
us, you
work.
coward.
I'm saying that like you can have one after if you want one.
I'm going for the things.
I
Enjoy your character
rushing
development.
to No Tail.
all right, let's roll initiative to see who does it first, since we're doing some slight party
Yeah,
splitting.
there we go. So it's just a
Yeah.
straight D20.
Yep.
Okay.
Do we need tokens down on the map first?
Oh yeah,
No,
just
so-
put your tokens on the map so that it'll
Okay.
show up in the initiative order.
Oh,
Luna, get in there.
Oh,
Come on.
So yeah, just we'll roll initiative and subtract your initiative modifier from it.
Okay.
behold, 1.
1.
Behold, 11. Oh my god. Okay, Renee's
Uh,
I get to win.
I don't think the modifiers would come into account. So because I'm lazy and don't want to type it out,
13.
Enoch, you need to select your token, put it in, and press initiative again.
That's why we
because
put the avatars on there.
Yeah.
I'll give you a
Yeah.
13 after you.
Yeah. Because plus 3 makes 16, so 13.
Yeah, you need to select your token and select initiative.
You
didn't select
Yeah, you have to do it
the
again.
turn
Yeah,
order.
there we
You
go.
go. There you go.
All right, I'll change your initiative. 13. There we go. Okay, so actually, Renee and Luna, since you guys are both talking to each other, I'm gonna count both your initiatives. So once it goes to Enoch, so it's just gonna go like this instead.
Okay.
So yeah, Renee, you see Luna right outside as
She's like
Yeah.
sitting with her back against the tavern, with like a head, her head in one of her hands, and she's just staring out at the town.
Glad to see you're not swinging a sword around to process now. Is this progress or is this not so good? Or are you just not swinging it around for the sake of the people?
Don't exactly want to make them think I'm a threat.
No, very much so. That would
Besides,
probably be detrimental.
the last time weird things happened, I'm not sure I'm going to be sparring with the Echo for a while.
Why not?
Because I keep hearing that damn god in my head.
Ah. Yeah, no, the bird lady. I heard that that's kind of what's been going on. How long has that been happening?
The voice in my head?
Yes.
Since the first time, it was when we were in the Temple of the Eternals. I've never heard her voice. maybe I've never felt pulled by anything until all this happened.
Is it scary? I mean, of course it is scary, but I mean,
feels like everything I've been fighting for, every decision I made in my life is being taken away.
or counterpoint, if I could play the advocate for a moment,
Go for it.
every decision that you have made has been leading up to this moment. It has not been taken away from you. You still had your authority to do that, to whatever you were doing. Maybe it was just that you were preparing yourself for what was ever coming up next.
Not really sure how fighting monsters, fighting animals, is preparing me to... I don't even know anymore.
I would say it's the baby steps. You never start learning magic by trying to do the most powerful spell, do you? No. You start off with the little things. Projecting your voice. You start looking at spells. You collect your components. You start off small. You start doing the little things. And you
But
build up one by one.
Is that how you started?
Yes. In a way. As soon as I was able to start training in magic, I went off and studied, practiced by myself, and learned to be better. Learned to be able to become that person who could make that influence on people.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Why didn't you follow your father? What happened?
What time? I need you to be a little bit more specific. Are you talking about
When he said you put him in jail, didn't you?
Now we're getting to it. Okay.
I won't lie, I've been curious, but it's not exactly something I've wanted to pry about, especially with how uncomfortable you seem to get every time necromancy's brought up. It's not something I want to keep shoving in your face.
It's a little bit late for that, don't you think? I mean, just gestures at this huge town full of necromancy.
Yes, but I can at least try not to be part of it.
As much as I appreciate that, I've been learning a lot about you, Enoch, things like that on this trip. And once it is nice to actually just talk about what has happened. It's been a while. And now with all this crazy shit of putting everything into perspective, it makes it a little bit harder not to want to. That makes sense. It's very strange.
Linda's gonna scoot over and pat the ground beside her and kind of shake the bottle of wine.
Oh yes, no, for just taking that bottle. Oh yeah, not even second guessing it. Taking the bottle, taking a swig, and then sitting down.
You don't have
Yes.
to tell me anything you don't want to, but
Yes, my father was in jail for necromancy. What age was I? It was some time ago. I was maybe just over the cusp of maybe preteen or 18, somewhere in there. It's not something I dwelled on. I did Vestal though. He had also fought in the war and lost someone precious to him. And as much as he tried to, I guess, move on from it, he couldn't. It sat and it festered and it lingered until one night I wandered into, I believe it was the kitchen, and it was late at night. So the moon was full, I think, because the moon was the room was very bright, even though it was so late. He had been studying on his own, but he had tried to do magic that was far beyond his capability at that time. And he had tried to return the person he had lost to him. It didn't work, obviously. Someone like Cara who's been training for centuries has not been able to crack it. Him in a couple of decades? Probably not. But that was a sight to see.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he like she was gonna try and start brushing it off. I'm like, don't worry about it. But now she's like, yeah.
Luna's
I
just
did
gonna
that.
like put her hand on your shoulder.
Just gentle pat like on her hand. Like they like as a small thing. So like yeah, pat.
Oh, nice. All right. You guys have a pleasant time opening up.
Yeah, finishing off the bottle.
Yeah.
Finish off the bottle.
That's exactly what we're doing.
I'll say I think
it
that's.
was like a third of the way full. So
I say
It's fine.
that's good to move to Enoch.
Absolutely.
So Enoch,
for
you're
it.
gonna go to No Tail and you're gonna buy some things. If you're
Sell
just going
and
to
buy.
buy things, I think I'll let you do that in the background. But is there anything with No Tail specifically that you mean to do besides buying or selling things?
Nope, that is just pretty much it. Sell
Okay.
and buy.
All right.
I
Well,
am-
you have the list.
Yeah.
You can.
I specifically want one thing, and that's it.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what are you buying?
The Ring of Haste, but first I gotta sell these boots and also this green gem that I believe it was for the looking at my notes. Sorry everyone, looking at the notes.
Is it the Gem of Seeing?
It was the yes. It was the one that like I thought I could put into Kuro, but it's not gonna work.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, you can put those, and I'll calculate the cost that the money that you'll receive during break, because we're coming up on break time soon.
Yep. That's all I want, and all I want is the Ring of Haste.
Okay.
So-
Awesome. Possum.
So, Davy, you're up.
Yeah, Davy. We can go to you then. So you head on over. The Smith's hut is very easy to find, as it is a very small town. And you walk inside, and you hear a grunt from kind of like what seems like it's trying to be a greeting. You can see a Goliath in the back that is just banging away on some materials. And let me find his portrait. It is. Shoop. There he is. You see, there's a large Goliath man kind of in the back, behind the counter, just banging away. Ugh. Davy?
Davy, you're muted. Muted.
Yeah, Davy, you're muted. I don't know if...
Oh.
Oh, he's
To
in the bathroom. Okay, never mind.
Hey, so No Tail. Okay. I'm also getting rid of those two of those gravity wrenches as well.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? Since Davy's in the bathroom, how about we take a break right now?
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea. Yeah, we'll take break now. We'll take break now. Break time, and let's say we come back at 50 past the hour.
Yeah. So 10 minutes.
Yeah. Break time. Returning 50 past the hour.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody was going to the bathroom. I was like, might as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They thought I was gonna have a long shopping session.
Yeah, no, we don't
I
do
thought you were
those
gonna
here.
have a montage.
We don't do that here. But
Nah,
yeah,
you're
I'm
good.
gonna go take my own bio break and refill on water.
Okay,
So
yeah.
break time. You guys can ask for banana facts when
Break
Davy comes
time.
I
back.
just got back.
Oh, you just got back. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Awesome.
we all
Well,
were like, okay, we're gonna go run to the
just got
restroom
back
while
too.
he
Hi.
considers how to shop. And then it was like, oh no, the shopping took a lot faster than we thought it was gonna.
yeah. No, I don't do shopping thing. But anyway, break time now. We return at 50 past the hour. Everyone's yelling banana fact.
Oh my god.
Please, the
Let me
people,
open
Daddy.
up the
I'll be back.
chat. Let me open the chat.
Oh, hello.
I want to see banana emotes in the chat before I even begin to
Oh my
look up
god,
a
you're
banana
so
fact.
demanding of the
You
chat.
demand
Abby.
you.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, while the chat is conforming
If you
to
don't have-
Davi's whims, I just want to say I noticed this yesterday. They're overhauling the main articles on the Belkinus Necro Hunt account.
Oh yeah.
Like they're restructuring them. Like I've seen 3 new sections added into Luna's. I feel like I've seen at least one restructure in one of Nathaniel's and Enoch's so far.
Oh well, I'll go.
Wait, what? Where? Let me see. Wiki.
It's more. I noticed that like for some reason yesterday all of the table of contents were like way at the bottom, and it looks like somebody was in the process of editing things. I don't know if they're rewording, adding our new class stuff, or what, or like fixing things.
Oh, someone already put in the trivia of what my languages are.
Oh wow.
I feel
Yeah,
like that
no,
doesn't
like-
go in trivia. I feel like that would go in like stats or something.
They added
as well.
They added that like the one thing that Luna like knows how to say in Elvish is I love you.
They
put
added
that
my
in there.
horse. They added the named horse that I put in Houston.
Oh yeah, they did that for me as well. Other horse.
Yeah, Houston horse.
Houston Horse and Roach.
Roach is a good girl. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
Blatantly ripped off of another franchise. Well, there's your banana emojis, Davy.
Yay, they added Francis.
Since this is a
Ow.
session that is talking all about lore and the history of stuff, did you know that bananas first appeared in written history in 6th century BC?
Oh wow.
Yep. And they have even been depicted in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, there's your bananas for the day. Ooh.
Woo.
Sick.
Yeah. I wish I could tell you where the first written account was, but unfortunately, I do not have that information. It is for
Chad, I'm talking about the wiki. Though TV Tropes I know has gotten a couple things added since the last time I looked at it, but I haven't looked at
Where's
the
TV
updates from the
Tropes?
last session.
Where's TV Tropes? Nope, nothing new updated. The last one was October 27th. Okay. I hound this
No,
thing.
there's
I
one
love
from
TV
November
Tropes.
3rd. There's one from
What-
today.
where? When?
Look in history. It's right there.
The fuck?
It was an edit, I think, but still.
What am I looking at here?
Awesome, cool name. The major necromancer antagonist.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Sorry, yeah, awesome. I was looking at the main thing. I wasn't looking at awesome. What?
I'm sorry.
I guess it's
Awesome
probably should.
McCool name.
Yeah.
Awesome, cool name. That's the trope.
Oh, are you guys looking at TV tropes?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a problem. I have to check this after every session now, and I blame Davy entirely for it.
It's so fun. I love everything about TV tropes. It's like that little bit of sarcastic humor that is my favorite thing. Dry humor is amazing.
I'm still not over when last session when we were talking about like the heckin' pink aura stuff, and then you were just like, it's like, oh, that doesn't be the best image for children. Oh yeah, no, they weren't naked. Just like, that threw me so off guard. I was horrified.
My favorite bit of that was like, oh yeah, brain pink. Oh, that's so nice. It's because I saw an exposed brain.
Oh.
There was one person on. There's one person on the YouTube video that came out of session 13, 14, whatever. And they're like,
yeah.
let's be honest, if Nathaniel wasn't a private investigator, he would definitely be a murderer.
Yeah.
They specifically called you a serial killer.
Yeah, and then they all agreed he would have been a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a bit. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're not, because I would not be able to fight you. Your mental shit would have me like stabbing myself before I could get to you.
1 on 3? 2 on 2.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay, so how are we gonna process this?
Oh, is Grimul the dude that I'm going to? Because I don't recognize the
Yeah,
person.
I thought you were here, which is why I brought up that portrait, and then I realized that you weren't because I wasn't looking
Oh,
at the
shit.
Discord.
Oops.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Sorry.
I mean, it's okay. You're good.
It's not a reveal.
It
It's
was,
fine.
it was actually probably that perfect time where we were going to take a break anyway. Because
Oh,
we
it's
were gonna take
Grog.
a break around an hour and a half in.
It's Grog.
I'm gonna fight
It's
you.
Grog!
Yep, I found him.
He's
Search
not
is
happy
over.
enough to look like
Get
Grog.
it. That's
Yep.
true.
Not all Goliaths are Grog, damn it.
Yeah, well, again, wrong tattoos, and he's not happy enough. Grog is a delightful boy. Okay.
I gotta say, I really hope that we just keep collecting party members on our way back to Belkinus proper, and then we all march on Chandrell's doors, and she's like, "What are you doing? This was perfectly reasonable. All of this was altruistic. Why are you attacking me?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck! I can't believe it done this.
Yep. Out of everybody, here's the lineup. I want No Tail. I want Cara's wife. I want Lancel.
Yes.
The Great Ketrick needs to be involved.
Yes. The great
I don't know if he
Ketrick.
should be on with the strike force, but I think he should probably be like the big distraction man. He can lead all of the Warforged armies into battle.
Can I make an argument for Scorpio and his explosive arrows?
Scorpio can come, I guess.
Ooh.
Yay.
He's invited to
I
the
want-
cookout.
I want the melted down remains of Thermilius Cog to throw away Chandrell.
Oh my god, no. Hold on, I need to read this. This is in the chat and it's amazing. Nathaniel is a Belkinus AU. Nathaniel is a serial killer. Enoch is a murder vigilante.
Accurate.
Renee is a necromancer, and Luna is single and in the military.
Luna is single. That's her AU.
That's her evil AU, is that she's fucking single? Is she
honestly-
like a vindictive ex?
I'd say.
okay, she's never told you the full story of her and Scorpio, and if you knew the kind of person she used to be,
I feel like I
That's
didn't think she'd be a
entirely far off.
mercenary. She would just be a straight up mercenary of like, who do I need to kill? Cool, word, got it, thanks.
it would not. It'd be a mercenary for people, not monsters.
This is the this is
Exactly. She'd be
the
an
villain
assassin.
campaign. I think Renee would be a gangster. Weren't you like doing
Renee would be
gangster
a
shit?
straight up gangster.
Fucking Renee's a crime boss.
I'm proud that I got pinned as the anti-hero.
You're the
You-
Jason Todd.
I would like to point that's not an AU. Weren't you introduced to us as a vigilante?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
as far as you
I don't-
guys know, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
I say that. I say that lightly. I'm not serious. Like seriously, yeah. No, he basically was told amongst church people to go one direction, kill people, come back.
That's fair. I mean, mood.
I mean,
Renee
his
was a
he
smuggler.
does have a lot of soldier-like tendencies.
I just sold animal parts, so you know.
AU or AT? Alternate
AT?
timeline.
Oh, yes, this would be AT, where Nathaniel never became a
He never became the witch taker.
AU
never-
would be
never
like
became
if they were
private
put
investigator.
in like modern realistic world.
Yeah, I got that's
No, if this was an alternate timeline, I would think that Alter would have actually won, and I would have played more as Alter.
Alter while Enoch is trying to escape.
Yeah.
What about a high school AU?
I'm down.
Renee,
Not
Renee
college
is a fun
AU. I'm tired of high
cheerleader.
school. Put him in college.
I'm waiting for the Belkinus Beach episode still. So
Yeah.
when do we get to take our clothes off?
And you,
I'll give
I
it to
already
Sailboat.
did. I don't
I'm-
have my,
I'm
my
working on it.
costume on.
You're
Oh, no.
healed.
Looks
I
like
am still
Shepherd
peeled.
Shepherd skeleton is already ready. He's completely naked.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah,
are
Look
we
at
gonna,
that sweet clavicle.
that's a mood.
That delicious clavicle.
If I could, I would.
I mean, like,
So good. Look at that.
You have to
black
respect-
clavicle.
you have to respect that this bro just walks out into a field completely stark ass naked. You know that's what he was doing when he was alive. and he's just tending to his flock.
Yeah.
He remembers the hat always.
That's it. That's how I know that he did this when he was alive, because he knew to put on the hat, but the rest of him is still naked. And I've seen skeletons. Most of them are clothed.
Can I just say it's fascinating, the idea in this town that they like have an agreement upon like when they die to let their bodies be used to help keep the community going. I don't know why. It's a very interesting way to like frame necromancers, because they are like, okay, I see this in the comments all the time, and yes guys, I know that necromancy isn't bad, like actually bad in D&D, we know this, but you know, context of the world,
these are just character traits that these characters have that they don't like.
Well,
necromancy.
and like I just want to put this in perspective, guys. We are the next generation after a massive war against necromancers. It makes sense that we are ingrained with this distrust, but it's a very fascinating way to
Don't club me into this. Who's this we?
Okay, fine. Indeed, fucking
the rest of us.
Throw Nathaniel out of here because he's not part of the collective, I guess.
I already had my character development.
Anyway,
it is 850.
Keep in mind, Gabby plays the contrarian very well.
What I am trying to say, it's a fascinating way to turn that to. It's a really interesting environment to turn that idea around in the characters' heads. Obviously, I can only speak from how Luna's been processing all of this. I just think it's interesting. I wanted to compliment how you did that, Joe. I didn't mean to open that many cans of worms.
No, that's good. I appreciate that, and that makes me feel like I did a good job because and man, how smug did I feel with how many comments that was like, I don't like that this campaign's anti-necromancy. I'm like, good, you've fallen into my trap.
Joke's on you. Now you too have.
I just revealed my trap card.
It's like how everything is subjective.
Wow.
It's all depends on your perspective in the situation, guys. There are good necromancers and bad necromancers.
No way.
Anyway, I think now is a good time to get back into it then. So
It is.
we may
Have fun,
return
Nathaniel.
to Cloveway
Hi, chat.
and yes, Nathaniel, you
Hi,
are
chat.
able to arrive at the Smith. It's not far. The Smith's cottage is very easy to find. It's a very small walking community. And you can see behind the counter, there is a large Goliath man just banging away on an anvil. And as you come in, he just grunts at you. Ugh.
Yes, I'm here on a quest from Cara. Here.
Short quest. He hands out, he puts out his hand expectantly. Order?
I hand him the note.
He looks at it and he kind of turns it various different ways as if he's reading it in like a circle. Priestess is going on a trip?
I say nothing.
He drops his hammer on the anvil. You hear a loud king. He heads into the back room. You hear a little bit of rummaging, and he brings out kind of a small backpack-looking, kind of leather backpack with magical runes enchanted, like on the buckles, kind of very briefly as he's moving his hand around to put them there. You can see that his offhand has black veins all the way going up his arm.
Okay.
And he puts it on the table for you. Hefty trip. Wonder what it entails.
Oh, sorry, you cut out.
Oh, I said hefty trip. Wonder what it entails.
Yes, it's going to be quite extensive. You have everything here, right?
Yes.
Right, good. Out of an abundance of caution, could you just detail the things that are in here, just so that I'm aware?
No.
Damn.
Why are you interested? This is Priestess's order. Is it not?
Simply curious. I'm gonna take the bag.
All right. Are you actually going to try and figure out what's in the bag though?
I will like shift it around, but she said not to look in it, so I'm gonna like shift it around. Like obviously I'm not gonna do it in front of this guy.
Right. As you leave, you shift it around, and it feels as though there is a little bit of clacking, like of something kind of heavy in there. Not extremely heavy, of course, but it's something heavy for its size. The size of it is like about half the size of your torso. It's a fairly small backpack, very easy like carry on. But yeah, inside you can hear like kind of shuffling about. You can hear some clacking of some kind.
Do I hear the trossling of bones?
No, you don't. You can... Actually, your passive investigation would probably give you a good idea of what this clacking sounds like. It sounds like jewels.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'm not going to look in because I don't know what eldritch horrors will befall me if I do.
Never know, this might be from the same domain as the stick of stickiness.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that alone, but I have the bag, and so with nothing left to do, I am going to go to Cara immediately. Make a beeline over there.
You're not going to talk with Luna first?
Renee's got Luna.
Okay.
We can talk later.
All right. Okay. Yep, you make a beeline to Cara. You can see that she is saying some goodbyes and giving instructions to the various guards, including Kaime, who eyes you coming forward and immediately narrows his eyes and gives a sour frown, which Cara notices, and she turns to you. You have my things.
I do. Here you are. Yeah.
Thank you. And you can see her take it and like it immediately pulls like her hand down like a few inches at the heft. She slings it around her back. And you all will be all right. You should be fine. The enchantment over this place should keep out any wandering eyes.
That's good to know. I didn't see anyone as I was walking. I don't think I'm being followed.
Yes, if any spine of death comes within a few miles of this place, we'll know. Kaime, while I'm gone, you are in charge. And Jaclyn. And she looks over at Jaclyn, who looks a little bit teary-eyed. I will be back safe. You can see Jaclyn is just sniffing, and they go in for a hug with each other.
Nothing can happen to Cara now because we can't make Jaclyn cry.
Yeah, we can't make
Which
Jaclyn
means something
cry.
has to happen to Jaclyn.
No, absolutely not. I will nuke the campaign right here.
As a player, worst case, rebound, but...
She heads back to you, Nathaniel. Where are your friends?
They should be here shortly.
Very
it
well.
seems one of them was cut up quite a bit.
Okay. Well, if everybody else is done with what they're doing, I guess you guys can meet up at the chapel then, yeah?
I want to say one small thing.
Give me my gold.
Go ahead.
Here.
Oh, I never calculated the gold. God, fuck it.
I didn't give you any fucking gold yet.
No. I mean for Enoch. I am an idiot. I spent all that time. It's fine. That gold's not going to be relevant anytime soon anyway. I will do it though.
Figure it out.
Okay. I will do it. Sorry.
Well, when you do, also Ring of Haste.
Right. Well, let's see. The Ring of Haste. Let me just make sure I remember what it does.
I imagine it just gives you haste for what it.
Oh, that's a dangerous spell, though.
It is. That's the reason why I want it.
No, yes, the Ring of Haste does give you haste. Yes.
Yes, I need that.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think if you just look up the haste spell, that's basically what the ring allows you to do.
Okay.
I think the finer details. I have to look at the note for it somewhere.
Let me see. I wonder if there might already be a build for it in.
Maybe that
Compendium?
sounds like a mundane enough item that it would exist around.
Yeah, well, the compendium also gets weird. It was weird when I was trying to add the flame tongue in, and that's a very standard magic item.
Anyway, yes, I will give you all of that sometime towards, once the session is over. I promise
But
it's
yes,
not
that's it.
going to be relevant in this session.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that. But yes, you guys make it to the chapel when you're all done with your things.
Wait,
and
what was
right
the
before
thing
the-
you were
I think-
gonna ask? Wait,
Yeah,
the thing
there was a
you
small
asked
thing
at
that
the
I
end.
wanted to mention.
Yay.
what was the
Yay.
thing that you wanted to mention? I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
You're good.
Sorry. So as Cara is moving with me, I can look back at God. I can never remember her name.
Jaclyn?
Yes, Jaclyn. And I will say as we walk, you two look well together. How did you two meet?
She turns to you. What is it that you want to know for, Witch Taker? That is private business between me and my spouse, and not relevant to the mission at hand now, is it?
Is it too much to believe that I'm simply making conversation?
She squints her eyes. Yes. Knowing your methods, it might be information that you might see beneficial for whatever it is that you have planned. Even if it might benefit me, I'm not willing to take that chance.
Well then, I suppose that I shouldn't expect a letter when you invite people to the baby shower. If you choose to have one.
She just gives you a strange look of disgust and confusion.
I'm gonna leave.
She has no idea what you are talking about and actually like stops for a second. What the? The people of Belkinus are so strange nowadays. I've been gone far too long.
Oh, just this one.
Is this what the children are like nowadays?
Refuses.
Oh gosh. All right. Yes. So you guys meet up. If everyone is ready with their things.
I have my brother. Like,
Yes, Francis.
I'm kidding.
Francis is there with you. He still has his bus fare that you have given him, that he is ready, that he promises that as soon as you guys make it to Chester City, he's going to take the first carriage to Ruggawood.
And you will not be using that gold on anything else.
No, I'm not going to use that gold for anything else.
Good. Squishes his face.
Can I do a sword check real quick? What's that?
You can do a sword check. It is still icy cold. Even the entire time you are at Cloveway. It is not stopped, and the very slight jitters still happen, in various random directions. And it's very easy to confirm that it jitters in any direction that necromancy happens, as you can see, like, a skeleton being conjured and a strong jitter in the direction, like, simultaneously as it's happening.
Okay. Luna's just being, more quiet than usual as she's trying to pay attention to it, make sure it's not going to come flying out of its sheath and impaling a poor citizen.
And you guys leave out of Cloveway. And do you leave on your horses? I know there's 3 horses, and there are, let's see, 5. There's 6 of you now.
Shit.
That's
double up.
2.
I was the only one
that's
riding
enough.
solo.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was the only one riding
So-
solo.
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't.
Me.
Luna
Oh
wasn't.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Wait, so that
I'm
means-
forgetting about Francis.
That means, I will, as we get to the horses. Oh, Renee, would you mind riding with Luna?
Okay.
Or perhaps Luna could ride with Enoch.
Absolutely not. I drive my own horse, thank you.
Yes.
Then I'll ride with Enoch, and then Francis, you ride with Luna.
I'll keep him safe. You know I will.
Just nuts.
So, where does that leave Cara?
With me.
Where do you think, Enoch?
Fine. And you can see that she actually is struggling to get on the horse. She grasps it with one hand and is trying to finesse herself. And
I am absolutely going to take reach my hand out to give her something stable.
she bats it away. No, I've got it. I've got this. I just need good footing. And she falls on her butt. Blast it. And she tries to get up quickly. And brushes off her robes.
Maybe she should ride with the actual cowboy. I could help you up.
It's
How often do you
okay
leave?
to ask.
I've
How
not
often do you
I've not
leave
done
this
any
place?
mounts in a long time.
You know it's okay to ask for help, Cara.
She reaches up and kind of like goes past your hand, Nathaniel, and like grabs on your shoulder as leverage and just pulls you as she pulls herself up really sloppily, kind of throwing her chest and torso over the back of the horse and like fumbling herself into a seat behind you.
See, that wasn't very hard.
Shut up and ride.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Come on, horse. Here.
Yep, you guys ride out as night begins to fall to the further away segment of Cloveway, and you can see that Cara is looking back, and she seems as though she's got her eyes locked on the town as you head back towards Belkinus.
So, what route are we taking, and what is the plan here?
Yes, I assume most in there will not be happy to see me.
Well, we can try to avoid the big cities, and what we can do is just work our way around. It won't be great for sleep, but at the very least it will prevent us from running into anyone who would not like you.
Do you have a meaningful way of disguising yourself?
I've not done many of those in a long time. I seem to be out of practice.
How about a cloak over your head? Would that work?
It might, but
That's
it
right,
also
I don't
might
have to
draw
wear
different
this anymore.
eyes. Someone hiding their face clearly has something suspicious about them.
Oh, damn, you've just reminded me. Yeah. I'm gonna rotate
Yeah, we have
the
to go
horse.
get your... Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna rotate the horse back to where I hid my clothes.
No, it's on the way. You've not passed it up.
okay.
It's
very good.
continued on the way. Don't worry. But you
good.
are able. I was about to say that you are able to find back the little rock that you hit it. And as you stop and get off a horse, you can see Cara is just a little confused. What is this?
Ah, left something here. Push the rock. Ah, where I left it. Fantastic. And I pull out my coat, dust it off, flip it back, and unpeel.
What is that garish bright outfit?
I have been trying to tell him not to wear it, but you know, it's a look. It's a look. It's a thing.
This is the reason why we can't hide during the night.
This is why we call him the Banana Man of Belkinus.
Wait,
Who calls him the banana man of Belkinus?
someone calls me.
We do?
Why would you call me that?
Me and my mother do.
Why?
Look at you.
You...
Yeah.
You can see
Yes.
Francis.
serious?
Francis is losing it. The banana man of Belkinus. Sorry.
Okay, so we're actually allowed to talk about it now. Oh,
I don't-
fantastic.
I don't understand this at all.
You don't have to.
What? I don't even look like a banana.
It's the yellow, it's the yellow, it's the brown,
Yes, this is
you
the
look like a
color.
banana.
It is the fact that you are a fluorescent yellow man.
I look like something, but I wouldn't say a banana.
It's the only thing that came to my head
Matter
when
what
I
it
was.
looks like to you. It's the perception of people
Okay,
around
to be
you.
fair,
Please do
to
not
be
explain
fair.
that.
I was explaining to my mother a few things, and
Right.
well, it was the only thing I could think of to describe you. I'm sorry, but
I don't understand how. I look nothing like.
I mean, you bruise like one, and you're bright yellow. What do you?
A lemon.
They don't bruise like you. That's not accurate.
Luna is trying so hard not to laugh.
Luna is probably struggling to stay on her horse because she's laughing so hard.
This is knee slapping Enoch just losing it.
Oh, I found
I
something
didn't
to-
want to be rude, but they kind of have a point.
You can see that in this
do not
discussion,
understand.
in this little shenanigans, you can see that when no one's looking, you can see that Cara just has a little bit of a hand over her mouth.
Yes, progress.
Nathaniel fails to understand that he looks like a banana, and so thinks that all of you are idiots, and then gets back on the horse.
I mean, did you think anything else of me?
I mean,
It's not about what you think. It's about
He
what
thought it-
everyone else does.
he clearly he looks like a lemon.
Sure. Mark my words, that will be one of your new titles.
This is a new.
All right, so yes, Nathaniel, you have your coat and hat back, well and truly yellow as ever. And about now, since it's starting to get dark, as you have spent the majority of the day in Cloveway and, figuring out this misunderstanding and prepping. And let me show the map, actually, of where we can plan, actually, where you guys plan to be. So I'd say you guys are about here. Mm-hmm. What route do you wish to take from here
I'd like
forth?
to go over this way direction.
To Rugglewood?
I know it probably wouldn't be a good idea. We probably need to go just straight down and then send my boy on his way, but I don't like that because I don't want to leave.
My question is there anybody in Chester we're trying to pick up, or... Because I remember Davy saying something about wanting Kettrig in this madness, but I'm not sure if that was Davy or if that was...
That was me just being nonsensical. Ignore that entirely.
Yeah, that was memes.
Okay. Well, listen, it's hard to tell with how hard Nathaniel fell for Kettrig, okay?
I think that we'll probably need to head south. As much as that would pain me. We just don't want to go through the jagged peaks again, I don't think.
Yeah, no.
It would take more time.
It would take more time, but it'd be off the beaten path. There's not a lot of people that trek up there.
Yes, but we would run into more towns if we go that way.
Yes, that's true. Unless we step backwards.
Do we have the resources to avoid cities altogether?
If we're careful.
How much water do we have? I have my water skin is about a third.
Well, if we need water, then by all means we need to go down to where the water is.
Well,
that is 2 days travel. Actually, 1 day by horse.
Yeah, we got a horse.
Well, to be honest, if we just need water, I believe I might have something. If I wake up tomorrow, I could probably purify water and food.
Yeah, well then I can certainly hunt us food. It's not hard.
Yep, purify food and drink.
All right.
So we don't have to worry about water if we can get to a body of it quick enough.
Renee, how capable are you of delivering messages?
At the moment, I can send 3.
Maybe let Scorpio know I made it back into Belkinus. He's going to worry.
Right. Okay. So that would be 1. Anyone else want to have messages? Nathaniel! Fuck! We did not send the other message you wanted to send to Lathel.
Routine checkup will be good enough for now.
Okay. So that's another.
I need to ensure that the former protectors have made it to him.
Alright, so that is 2.
I might want to inform Samuel about my impending return.
Okay, and that is 3.
I'll turn behind me. And do you have someone that you would like us to send a message to?
No, I said my goodbyes earlier.
Okay.
Renee, if it's too much today, it's all right.
No,
you don't have to.
I can send them. It would be okay. It just I won't be able to send one particular message so that we can get some help with the whole portal thing.
Then disregard mine.
You sure?
Yes. Mine is purely spousal worries.
You can see a slight flinch from Cara at that comment.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Then, if you don't mind, I will save that for tomorrow if I have any left over. 1 more day should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so then...
I don't want the idiot trekking out past the border by himself, so...
Right. So, Samuel... Have I met Samuel?
You have,
meant
yeah,
all
at the
one
very
time.
beginning of the campaign.
Yeah, I meant all of one time, so I should be able to send a message since
Yep.
I've seen him. Okay. So Samuel, Lancel, and then correspondent in Spain.
Okay. And are you doing that? So, are you guys resting tonight? Are you gonna try and trek the night?
I think resting is probably an important thing because exhaustion levels are no joke, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is just you because I'm a spellcaster, so the first one won't matter too much. But
This one will all matter to me. Please don't do that to me.
but how many more days until we're supposed to be at Belkinus proper?
Let's see. I gotta
like
count.
8,
Let's see.
9
Session
days.
1 was 1 night. Yeah, I think.
I think we're on day 10 or something.
I think you guys are day 9 or 10.
Yeah,
Something
so
along
we're
those
9
lines.
Going into
I
10
really
if we
gotta.
stay- if we stay the
I
night.
really gotta think back on like each session
Well,
Yeah,
and what
'cause,
rests
like-
you guys took.
You're good.
Hold
This
on,
is
wait.
day 9. I do remember, like, now that you said that, it is day 9 that we
Day
are on
9.
right now.
Okay, so
if
you
we
have
take
5.
the rest and then wake up, it'll be 10.
You have 5 more, and then the next morning you'll have 4.
Yep.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Right. In that case, we can afford a rest, but
Well,
not
I-
within Chester.
Well, I don't want us going right into Chester.
I
We
mean,
can. Oh,
realistically, if I could probably manage to get us in without many eyes on us if I talk to Cena.
This is not a good idea.
I
don't have to tell- I don't have to tell her why.
But
I'd
one
rather
mistake
not.
and everything is ruined.
well,
then-
basically, walking
Then we
down.
don't. Then we don't. I'm just offering options here.
We
It's
should
okay.
sleep in the forest.
Fine. I don't mind that.
Besides, we need to actually plan out our scale of how we're going to be dealing with this once we get to Belkinus.
Yes, so what exactly is the plan when we get to Belkinus? That's
Well,
we're just-
Let us decide that while we are making camp for the night.
sure.
Very well.
I guess if we're breaking down, then we'll go try to catch dinner for everybody.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, are you actually going to try and hunt something?
Probably, yeah. If we don't have all of our enough resources to
I'll
go
slap
around.
some bardic inspiration on you before you go hunting. I have the means. I have the means.
It's appreciated.
All
It's
right.
appreciated.
Yes.
Please catch us something big. I don't think this. I don't think that we'll be able to do very much with like a rabbit.
I will do my best. You'd be surprised at what you can do with some rabbits, some vegetables, and some water.
Okay, so yeah, you may roll me a survival check while everybody else is setting up camp and stuff.
It's where everybody's going to be very disappointed in my survival skill.
at a certain point, I want to sit down across from.
Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah,
Yep, you may use Bardic Inspiration.
Is that a D8 now?
it is.
Oh,
Everyone want to hang this out with the new cool NPC.
Oops.
16.
Okay,
Yes.
16. Sorry, I didn't mean to put Francis there. I meant to put him on. I'm trying to drag him on the map. Here we go.
No, but I love him. Keep him there.
So the map, and let me just put the new tokens. Actually, I have a new token for Cara since you guys made peace with her, thanks to Kate.
Is it just her with the
So,
So tiny.
So,
Let me
um,
see this art. Wait.
hold on.
It's so cute.
I can't see it.
Here. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it.
Look at
Oh my god!
I
her.
love Kate so much.
Really?
Oh,
What the fuck is this?
So this is a
so
this is an anime trope where sometimes when characters are drawn far away in the background, they look kind of derpy.
Yeah.
And it's called Meguka, named after
Madoka
Madoka
become Maguka.
Magica. Yeah, so Meguka.
Maguka.
And Kate decided, you know what? Since you guys are friends, might as well draw a derpy, funny, like gremlin Cara for you.
I love and appreciate you so much for this. Thank you for putting this in my life.
She just put the pictures together. You've got the boss when you beat them and the boss when you can play at them.
Yeah, let me show Karamihari, and there we go. Yeah, there it
Yes,
is. The comparison.
The boss when you fight them versus the boss when you have them in your party.
Yes.
So tired of everyone's shit. I love this so much.
I love it here.
Yes, and Francis's token needs to be on the board as well.
Yeah,
My
where's
boy.
Francis?
Yeah,
My beautiful boy.
where's Francis?
Sit across from you. Oh, and you want to know what? With
That is not a
Kuro,
cross.
Yay, there he is.
That is right next to her.
Here, let me also sit across from her.
Oh my god,
Oh,
stop
God.
hurting the poor woman. Jesus.
She's in a relationship, you
you can
guys.
see-
Oh, she's not a fucking attraction. Give us a chance to breathe.
You can see that
I'm
she,
trying to make
at getting
conversation.
close to her, she just kind of like shuffles.
all right.
She's clearly uncomfortable. Come on.
Yeah, I'm giving her the space she needs.
Yeah.
I find
Okay,
it
and
proper
with a 16, Luna, you are able to find, some stray rabbits and stuff around. And when you bring it
Like
back, you can see that Cara is conjuring a few things, and she actually summons a few skeletons up to set up a little tent.
Mm,
What in the world are you doing?
I'm setting up my sleeping place. What do you think I'm doing?
If someone were to walk through these woods and see that, they would not be happy.
Please. Across the border is the land of necromancy. No one travels this area willingly.
We are near an incredibly large city. We can't take those chances. Here, Enoch, you can set this up.
She just kind of does a pushing gesture, and both the skeletons go back and bury themselves into the ground.
Do I come back to this?
Yes, you do. You do.
You come back.
I give the strange instructions okay, so where's the 10 sticks? Where's the 10 sticks?
Okay.
just hammering it into the ground.
As I walk past Renee, I'm gonna kind of give your shoulder a pat because oof.
Yeah, no, that was Renee's a little bit tense. It's just yep.
Renee, do you
Where-
want to help me cook this? Something to
Sure.
get your mind off of other things.
Sure. Yes.
I know you said you didn't want rabbits, but got a couple of them.
Listen, as long as there's a couple of them, just didn't want you to bring back one rabbit.
No,
I feel
no,
it's
no,
fine.
no.
You can see
Like she's
Cara.
gonna end up doing the Samwise Gamgee stew here.
Cara takes note of your discomfort. Oh, I'm sorry. Did my skeletons make you uncomfortable?
I mean, I've been around enough necromancy now to sort of just, roll with it. But,
If we're going to go on this journey together, I can't have someone telling me not to use this and that when it's my most efficient spells.
I'm not telling you not to use it. I'm just... The same thing with Nathaniel in the sense of we are right next to a city that probably is not a big fan of necromancy. I personally am not a big fan, but I know what to use, so...
Oh dear, you have been so terribly alone.
All the while, Kuro's just staring at the bone arm, wanting it, desiring it.
Oh my god.
Do the skeletons start out in the ground, or do you evoke them when they return out?
I
If
feel
so, do you
them
have a
buried
plan?
deep. Sometimes they are in very difficult places, but with a strong enough conjuration, I can have them dig their way out.
And that's where Luna starts tensing up.
Very interesting.
There have been
Good to
many. This realm has been around a long time. There are plenty of dead bodies lying around.
Let's get this rabbit.
So
Yeah.
I finished setting up the tent. All right, so
Oh yes, that's right. You all have a moral problem with necromancy, don't you?
It's not a moral problem.
Oh, absolutely not.
Well, mine was
And-
sort of religious based, and also driven by an unbelievably strong and terrifying spirit. But since that was exercised, not as much. No.
How's my brother looking.
You can see he is very uncomfortable with the energy that is at this campsite right now. He's just like twiddling his thumbs and holding his tongue. He doesn't know what to say. He's like that kid when he's at your the kid at the friend's place and the parents are arguing and he doesn't know what to say.
I'm gonna walk over to him and I'll say, Francis, was it?
Yes.
Come, we should go for a walk.
He looks to turns to look at Renee.
It's all right.
And like at that, and Renee and I was like, it's okay.
All right. You are Miss Nathaniel, yes?
Yes. You can call me Nathaniel or Mr. Gainsby or whatever you would like.
As soon as Francis has turned around, like Renee gives Nathaniel a look of like, what you doing there, buddy?
I put my hand behind my back and give like a thumbs up where Francis can't see.
Okay, good.
You know, I'm just trying to, well, You'll see. You'll see very easily.
Yeah, okay.
And then we're gonna walk off into no, we're not going too far, you know.
Oh, not too far? Okay.
I mean, like, when I say not too far, I mean, we're gonna, go on a little walk away from earshot and we're just gonna have a nice conversation somewhere else, but that doesn't have to happen right away.
Yeah, this will be a little abstraction of that. All right.
As Cara saying, being uncomfortable, Luna, who I imagine is probably like, stoking the fire to get it hot enough to start cooking. It's not necromancy specifically, at least not your kind. While you may have good intentions, other necromancers don't, and some of us may have just seen their callousness.
And you would condemn them as well. You would condemn the bad necromancers, huh?
I'm not condemning you, but I think, considering 2 weeks ago my father's remains were used as a tool, I think I have a right to be a little uncomfortable seeing bodies appearing out of the ground.
Oh, yes, and I'm sure the cows that you now wear as harnesses from your weapons are definitely very upset about their slaughtering and being used as tools, yes?
It's not the same thing.
Of course not.
Because they didn't consent to that like the people in Cloveway do.
Exactly. Those cows were used as tools, just as many bodies are used as tools.
And that doesn't make it right. Listen, I can't help what materials are usually used to make the tools I work with. I'm sorry, but I'm also trying to show you what most of us are working with here.
You give so much...
You've been out of Belkinus for a long time.
Yes, and you give so much respect for the dead, yet are so content to allow a man to puppet the free will of the living. And she just kind of like points in the direction where Nathaniel walked off to.
I would kindly ask you not.
Oh, you think...
You want to know what?
You think it's wrong that I believe that's a problem?
All right, you want to know what? I think things are getting a little too tense.
No, let's have this conversation, shall we? The Witch Taker is a man who uses enchantments, akin to mind control. Is that not right?
He uses enchantments only when it's absolutely necessary.
Of course.
And essential to the mission.
Not far from a necromancer who is cornered and can only use the resources necessary around them. Yes?
I understand that. The reaction that I have to necromancy isn't something necessarily... It is not... I have been having quite a week with necromancy lately, and let me just say, I totally understand it now. My body still reacts to it a certain way. I cannot control it. It's similar to when someone yells at you when you're a child and you don't know how to react to it yet. You don't know how to comprehend how it's happened yet. And so then when you get older and so it happens again, you just have that instinctual reaction. It's similar to when an animal sees a hunter in the forest and has seen it happen before. They know to run away from it. That is just the reaction I have.
Very well, but you better not turn your noses at every little enchantment and incantation that brings up a skeleton.
I'm working on it.
And that goes for the rest of you. Especially With that man walking around, it seems you have no problem with.
Just fucking scowl.
At least
on
the dead
Renee's
have no
face.
means of complaining.
You
You hear
wanna know
like
what?
a really loud stick break from over where Luna is.
And I immediately just like, you want to know what? Do you want to go for a walk? It's a lovely little night, and I would actually enjoy some interesting company about talking about the moralities of necromancy and laws and all that stuff. Would you like to just, come with me? Just
You know what? I think I will take a walk by myself.
Yes.
Thank you.
Damn it!
She heads off into the woods.
Enoch,
On her own.
taken. Come on.
No, I'm not. There's only one person I really would with that in that context, but no, I'm just. There's a million questions in my mind, and I feel like she has answers.
Well,
That's fine.
And
maybe
we are
wait.
starting. Strangely enough, usually I'm the one that's always starting this kind of shit, but I'm starting to see the flaws of me.
Well, I'm glad you're finally seeing it. And I just go to throw the rabbit in the pot.
All right. And now, Nathaniel, you walk off with Renee's brother, Francis. What are you talking about?
All right, once we're sort of far enough away. It's a cold night.
Yeah, I usually don't travel in this part of the country without the coat.
Yes, you're very far from home, I assume. What brought you to the Necromancer City?
Oh, I wanted to travel kind of like Renee, and I got a little lost, kind of not like Renee, and then I found myself in an owlbear cave, and then I got mauled, and then some necromancers found me. The people in Cloveway, they saved me and brought me back, nursed me back to health, including that mean lady, Cara.
So you do not have the same predications about necromancers that most of our country has.
Well, I do have a bit. I was not there when Luke did what he did. He did something awful. And Renee was the first one to see it. I was not there, but I was still very angry with him. But being with the necromancers, seeing them live their life, I'm starting to question everything. What we have been taught in school and what we've been taught by the people of Belkinus.
You call him Luke. You and Renee are full-blooded siblings.
Yes.
I've never heard.
I have no love for that man, knowing what he did. It was wrong. And learning what I did from Cloveway, I can't help but be even more upset. They do not use necromancy to bring people back. Yes, they use them as tools, but simple as tools. To bring them back is sacrilege. And that would go against the Raven Queen, or at least how they put it.
The Raven Queen. Very good. Well, I am very happy to know that there aren't worries in your mind about necromancy as such. But I'm sure after seeing Renee all this time, or after all this time, and seeing the situation that we are now in, you may have worries for her.
A bit. But she's always taken good care of herself. She's mostly taking care of me.
That's good. And you feel she will be safe when you are off in Chester City and then beyond?
Oh yes, Renee is an inspiration to me. She's my hero. I wanted to be like her. I tried singing like her, but I couldn't. So I tried playing instruments instead. I still couldn't. So I'm trying to find that spark that she has that I just cannot find yet. But I will find it one day. My calling. My spark.
I am going to stop, turn to him. I'll put my hand on his shoulder. This has been a very good conversation. And I'm certain that one day you will find that spark.
Oh, is that all? I thought there was going to be more.
I did as well, but after what you've told me, I no longer think that it's necessary.
Oh. Okay.
I'm-
Do you want to tell
I'm
me
very
anything about you, Mr. Nathaniel?
What could I have to tell you?
Well, this, and he gestures up and down at your outfit.
Oh, this.
Sorry.
When I first became the Witch Taker, it became necessary for me to be noticeable, both as a means of, I suppose, publicity. If you know that the Witch Taker is in a big yellow outfit, then when you go searching for them, they're easy to find. Makes finding
Oh,
jobs
that is
easy.
smart.
And, of course, if you know the Witch Taker is in a big yellow outfit, and you're on the run from the Witch Taker, the color yellow becomes a bit more worrisome.
Oh, intimidation tactics.
It has its advantages. Of course, I am a little confused by the banana comments earlier. Do I look like a banana to you?
No, I don't know what they're talking about. You clearly look more like a lemon.
Exactly. Perhaps the first time, Nathaniel, seems like someone connects. Yes, the lemon thing. Oh my god, it all makes sense. Exactly. No.
I just didn't want to say anything because everyone was ganging up and it sounded funny at first, but looking at you, you're clearly more a lemon.
Thank you. I am certainly a lemon.
You can see he has a big, satisfied smile on his face.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that your thoughts were at ease. You seemed a bit uncomfortable. Perhaps moving you away from the situation would be best.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Nathaniel. Yeah, it's just Cara. She likes to do that a lot. Yeah, no boundaries.
I'm sure that she hasn't had many people to talk to on an intellectual level for a very long time, given that she surrounds herself with skeletons. Regardless, I'm very happy with this conversation. We should head back. We can all
Yes.
talk together and mull things over. Smooth things over.
Yes. Okay. This was a good talk.
And yeah, you guys head back to the camp.
I had a whole speech prepared, and I was worried that he was really weird about everything. This is much more pleasant than what I had in mind.
Yay!
I imagine as you're coming back, we're starting to divvy out bowls of the food.
Yeah.
I'll go let her know.
Yep. Enoch,
Maybe
you
let-
may. Yep.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, after you. You can go first.
Oh no, well, I was gonna say something stupid. Go ahead.
Yeah,
It's
Enoch,
not
you.
important.
I will say something then. As I return, where's Cara?
Oh, I was about to go get her.
Get her from where?
She went on a walk. Just a short walk.
My teeth clench a bit.
Don't worry.
Alone?
I think that woman can handle herself.
It's not
Nathaniel.
about handling herself.
I just turn coat and I start walking towards Cara.
All right, yeah. She is a short little distance away. You can see her silhouette pretty easily. And she seems to be squatting down on the ground, just playing with a little skeletal bird, just kind of hopping about as she's kind of twisting her finger around, puppeteering it. And she doesn't turn to you. She's kind of looking away from the camp, squatting, and hears you approach. What is it?
Food's almost done. I want to let you know that from my perspective, my entire world and how I perceived morality was kind of shattered not too long ago. Which is why I began to question the voice in my head that told me that necromancy was bad, that it was amoral, it had consequences. And then, kind of looking at his arm, I found out a lot of lies had a lot of consequences.
Welcome to the club.
And then I got asked onto this mission. And then I thought I had a focus on who to blame for so much damage. And then I was told everything was different. And then I realized maybe somehow that you're not bad, you're just different.
You can see she doesn't comment at that, but you see her shoulders slump a little bit as her playing with the skeletal bird stops, and she just kind of lets her hand go limp as the bones just kind of clatter to the grass. And she stands up and kind of does another conjuring as the bones sink into the ground. She turns kind of in a way so that she doesn't have to look at you. I'll go have that food now. Starts to head back to the camp.
Hey.
What?
I have a plan. And it might be important that I want to let you know about it. That it's gonna ask a lot of your cooperation. And honesty.
Well, trust goes both ways, follower of Erithus.
And you could always trust in my words because I never told a lie. And I haven't started and I won't stop now, so...
I will hold you to that. In the morning, I'm starving. She heads back to the camp.
Fantastic. I could use a bowl of grub.
Luna will start digging it out. It's not much, but my dad taught me how to make do with what I could find out here.
And everyone grabs a bowl. You can see that Francis is digging in. He's getting in there. He's like, we're so good.
Can I make a stupid roll?
Sure.
I want to insight this.
No. This is. I want to make a sleight of hand of like maybe handing the bowl. Like Renee pours a little bit more of her bowl into Francis's.
Aww.
Oh.
Aww. Are you trying to hide this or no?
Yes, I'm trying to hide it so
Jesus.
Francis doesn't see.
Oh, that's so pleasant.
She just slips it.
Can I usually would never ask to do this because it's kind of meta, but could I roll a perception to see if I notice? Because Luna would do something cute for you.
So.
Luna would do something cute for you. That's my only reason I'm asking. It's probably going to be a
Cammy,
no.
do you consent?
Yeah.
I consent. It's fine.
right.
Like, I'm totally fine with it, but it doesn't matter because you didn't see shit.
I was too
I
busy
didn't even
stirring the
notice
soup.
it.
I was stirring the soup. It's fine.
Oh, where's the spare bones?
What?
The bones from the rabbits?
Oh, the rabbit. Okay.
They were used to make the stock and discarded. You know, as you do when you're cooking.
Where's the discarded bones?
Why do you want the bones?
Kuro wants it.
Kuro is... Can he... I mean, she'll like point off, like, because she would have dumped the entrails and like the stuff that's like, you know, you don't eat out of the rabbit. It's not sanitary. She would have dumped it a bit further away from camp to keep predators from coming in. So she just like gesture wildly off the map, somewhere out there.
You know,
Probably taken by another animal.
A dog. He's an actual dog, just not, made of flesh and bone. He's just made of metal and magic.
Well, some actual flesh and bone creatures are probably making a meal of that right now, and I think it probably needs to return to the earth where it belongs.
Well, might want to get him a bone soon because he's been staring at Cara weirdly recently.
Well, that seems like it's your job since he's your dog.
If that mutt tries anything, I cannot guarantee its safety.
Well, then
You can break him. I can put him back together. You should be fine.
Hey, no. How about you? Okay, no. First, no.
What?
We're not going to let the dog bite her. That's fucked up.
Unless I tell him to, he won't do it.
Well then, why are you acting like... Never mind. Too tired.
Listen, it's just perception. Dogs desire things, and if you want to give it a bone, you give it a bone.
You
Well,
are a
let's
very
burn off in that
strange.
direction,
You
if
are a
that's what you want.
very strange man to have constructed a homunculus that has its own desires. It is under your control, you understand.
Oh, I'm relatively sure, but in my mind, I've constantly perceived him as a dog.
Wait, does that mean that you want a bone?
Well,
Maybe.
again, and I point back in that direction. Bones that way if you want them.
You are
There's
also
not much left of
very
them, though. Rabbit bones
strange.
break down quickly.
Yeah.
And welcome to the Club of Strange.
You could just see the little eggs just go into the forest, come back with a mouthful of bones, and just drop them.
You can
at the
see
floor.
she takes a few sips of the stew and just like you can see her chuckle a little bit. I guess we're all a bit strange.
Oh yeah.
I've yet to meet a normal person, if I'm honest with you.
You can see as he picks up one of the bones, you just hear the sound of a
Hold on.
grinding.
Hold on.
Gabby was trying to talk.
Right. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the like a spoonful, ignoring all of this conversation about bones and homunculi and that very worrying thing of I'm pretty sure that I can control this dog. Didn't miss it. But I will sit cross-legged, very calm, as I sip on the soup. I'm gonna open up the journal because I still haven't seen what's inside of it.
Yes, you find 3 more pages, and opening it up, you can see that Cara is just like turning her face, and she doesn't want to look at you. You can see there's visible cringe on her as you find 3 more notes of Cara Miharian's journal.
Oh,
There are not Abby Doodles
Yes,
on this. I will be very
Fantastic.
sad.
There need to be. Also, as I take a sip, good soup.
Good soup.
You can see that Francis as well is kind of like leaning in, like by your shoulder to try and read, like beside you.
Oh god damn.
And
I'm just gonna turn my head directly at him.
Francis!
Something.
say again, Nathaniel.
Oh, do you need something?
No. He just kind of like slinks back a little bit. I just was curious. That's all. He just goes back to eating his soup.
Oh, Francis, in ancient times, Yuan-Ti were known to eat the captives that snooped around in places they shouldn't.
Renee just rolls her eyes.
He just looks around, darts his eyes back and forth and looks at Renee. Is that true?
Why do you think I never get into any trouble while he's around? Listen, I've seen it happen. It's very scary.
He just quickly,
bullshitting.
quickly like butt shuffles over to Renee.
Like Renee just gives sort of like a knowing look and like a sly smile to Nathaniel of like, ha.
And
you could just see nothing but like 5 frames of him like moving and like spider crawling.
yeah. And here, let me show you the first note.
Yay! Oh!
Oh
Stop it.
my god.
No, I don't want to read this.
This is year 132, spring.
Okay, well, I will read aloud. Attempts at true resurrection have resulted in catastrophic failure. Though the subject seemed to maintain sentience for half a minute, the raised half-human, half-elf corpse quickly became unstable, transforming into a grotesque, decayed abomination with enhanced capabilities, albeit less durable than the average living being of their physiology. The subject was also unable to be commanded, resulting in the deaths of 3 mages and 2 civilians, before the subject was exterminated. Viscount Orion, has established more strict policies as a result, which will most likely slow down our progress. I can only pray this will not happen again in the future. This is strange.
You can see that Cara is just kind of like playing with her bowl a little bit. There are a lot of problems and a lot of unfortunate circumstances as a result of us trying to get ahead in the war. Also, if by any chance, if in any case that it's hard to read, right below the handout, right below the image, there is font text, proper text to read that's easier. Yes, a transcript. In case you wish to read clearer script.
You are appreciated, Joe.
With that said, though, I'm actually going to turn the page, like not like flip to the next page, but show it to Cara, and I'm going to point at the doodle underneath. Who drew this?
Who do you think?
Then you were not trying to create true resurrection.
Not anymore.
For your sister.
I did. After the war and after my funding got shut down, I was obsessed with my work. I was close to a breakthrough. I thought I could do something. I thought I could finally unlock the secrets. But I couldn't. With all the siphoning that I did, with all the people I've sacrificed, with all the magical secrets, true resurrection is not achievable.
I do not blame you for the loss of life. Accidents happen during scientific research. What I'm getting at is, this entire time we've been under the impression that you have been studying true resurrection as a means of reviving, well. But if this drawing is from her, then it was simply a war effort. Or was there something more? Someone else?
What exactly were you seeking to revive? I thought you couldn't bring back strong wields.
I couldn't. But all that was just Abby trying to lighten the mood. She was ever the cheerful one, even when things were so bleak. She would try and make sure people remembered what we were fighting for.
Said something similar.
Who was it?
She sounds like a wonderful person.
Who was it that you were making the spell for?
It was Abigail. But I never came even close. Her body is kept buried with all the others who died in the war in Belkinus proper. Even if I had figured out true resurrection, there was no way I would be able to get that close to the city.
So, out of game, I'm having a hard time with
timeline.
one timeline.
Yeah, because I think what we're confused about.
She's writing about true resurrection. She's obviously trying to make it, but there is a drawing that Abigail presumably created here.
Yes.
Implying that she was working on true resurrection before Abigail died, because how else would Abigail have drawn this?
I think I know what the timeline was, because she said she threw herself into work after the war to bring Abigail back. Maybe she had like the notes, and that's just when Abigail died. That's when she really got intense.
So
about the research.
I feel bad about making clarifications on things that I am. I don't know. I don't know if I should say or not.
I have a way to fix that.
So
I would have to
have
one of
a
my
feeling
messages,
that-
but I have a way to fix that.
Okay. And anyway,
I have
you don't have
a
to
feeling
clarify.
that this page was used twice. That's the
Actually, you know what? I'm going to clear it up, because if I don't, it's just going to cause more confusion. She was doing general research on how to use necromancy effectively in the war during the wartime before Abigail's death.
Right.
All of this is just her unlocking more secrets about necromancy that may be adjacent to true resurrection, but not actively pursuing it.
Yes,
that
makes sense.
Not as a priority until after her death.
That's why I asked the question a little bit earlier. Like, was this for someone, or was this just a war effort? Were you just doing this?
Okay.
To
Well,
help the
I
war?
misinterpreted the question, because she answered it in reference to her burying herself into her work was after Abigail died.
Got it. Understood. We're good here. Sorry about that.
No, it's good. It's good. And I'm glad I got to clarify.
Cool.
Yep.
Right. Well, I should read the next page then.
And here we have the next page. Year
God, provide me with
133.
the next page.
Oh, the next
And
page?
yeah.
I'm sorry?
I said, God, provide me with the next page.
Please, God.
Here you go.
Right.
The next page.
The war has slowed my ability to do research on necromancy. Viscount Orion has intelligence that the enemies have also been tapping into necromancy, and a few sects have mobilized their own undead armies. Once the war is over, I will see what the other kingdoms have learned from the School of Magic. I suggested we summon undead soldiers of our own to reduce new casualties, but Orion insists we use living units, citing the undead soldiers' frail nature and being incapable of acting on their own. Must investigate more on the remains of the true resurrection subject. Must also investigate how to enhance the abilities of lesser undead units. Until then, no summoning.
And because you're not going to read it out loud, I will read it out loud. That there's a drawing of a winking elf that's missing an ear accompanying the entry, along with a different handwriting, presumably the handwriting of Abby. It says, "You be safe in the battle tomorrow, or else I won't have a sketchbook to share anymore."
That's very funny.
Oh god, this was the fucking entry before she died, wasn't it? I see the
Probably.
fucking writing on the wall.
You can see
not
that
right.
Cara is looking down at the grass where she sits.
All right. I will read.
Blasted general. I had proposed at our unit to prepare a similar strategy, and I was refused. For what? Morality? Being the bigger person?
Fear.
Yes, this Orion character seems like a fool, even if they're frail. It's better than sending in living people.
It's better than sending in living people, but they were scared of the undead.
Yes, well, they should be. The undead had knives.
And where did that fear get us? We were overwhelmed.
Exactly. And this seems fairly foolish. In any case, flip.
All right. And the final page only has a single sentence. Year 135, fall.
Oh.
Oh my god. Yeah.
No, we knew it was gonna happen.
I will look at this and I will not read it. I will instead, I'll look at this and then I'm gonna flip the next page, which will presumably be blank, and I'll flip the next page and then I'll close the book. I'll look up.
You can see the rest of the book has torn pages, presumably some of the pages missing that you guys have found.
Right. I'll close the book. There are no more entries.
Heed this, adventurers. Be picky, the hells are so picky. For the hells don't take good people. You can see that she's clutching at the grass underneath her, and she mutters under her breath, "I could have saved so many if everyone had just but a moment to listen to what I had to say. And I found myself with a mess and only twigs and rocks as tools to clean it up."
Well, now there's a chance to really fix it.
To what
Oh, at
end?
the bit.
Who will listen? If not then, why now?
Maybe
I will.
Because I think maybe there are more people that are willing to see the gray area. If you just show it to them.
Yes,
know
I'm
what-
sure a simple public statement will clear things up. I can't believe I've never tried it before. Dear people of Belkinus, you can see there's tears running down her eyes, kind of black as night. I am not the Black Vein Queen, and I've been trying my best to help the necromancers and everyone else in Belkinus. All your loved ones were merely killed and kidnapped by a bunch of mad lunatics. You may all go home now. I'm sorry.
I want to reach over and touch her shoulder if she'll let me.
She does.
That's not what I meant. It's going to be a long road. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. But someone needs to take the first step, and Belkinus clearly isn't willing. If you want there to be a change, then somebody needs to reach out first.
And you would be willing to take that step with this stranger?
Look at the people I'm traveling with. Do you think I've done anything more sane?
She just has a smile and wipes her face. You are truly a strange folk.
Again, I don't think I've ever met anybody who's normal.
I might have an idea.
Then a favor for a favor, then.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since this favor will help me, because like I say, you stink of the Raven Queen, even now.
Oh, it just kind of steps back a bit.
Yep. And she reaches into her pack, and she pulls out something. You can see that she's kind of like does a little clicking with her fingers, and you can see the runes on her backpack disappear. She lifts the flap and pulls out a diamond. She holds it in her hand, and it starts to dissipate as she starts chanting something low and whispers under her breath. And just cue up something. Her form starts to change and morph until you see... What? Let's make sure I'm on the right page of notes. You see her start to change and morph as black, foggy clouds engulf her. And in her place stands a tall humanoid. If I could find it. Hold on. Let me...
I'm concerned.
Let's do this.
Don't make me fight.
You see a tall humanoid woman with silky black hair and a knightly gown to match. She has various bracelets all around her arms and jewels of black ink and dark feathers littered all around her, but most notably around her neck, holding her robes together, is a small skull of a bird that you are all too familiar with. And she starts to channel the Raven Queen.
What?
God. I'm ready for this. Oh my god. And I'm gonna be honest, it's seeing this, I think Luna's gonna drop to her knees, because how the fuck do you stay up when this is happening?
I immediately start speaking in prayers.
I immediately stand and point my hand, like getting ready to attack.
Yeah, like Renee's also kind of like moving in front of Francis, just like
Francis's jaw drops, all of the soup in his mouth just spills out, and he drops his bowl on the floor, on the ground.
Nah, Renee is very much in like full on protect mode of like, like just pushing him almost back a step.
I don't know if this will help any of your fears, but Luna does not look like she's getting ready to fight. She is in awe.
Yeah, Renee just doesn't trust anything at the moment.
Yeah, no. I'm just
figure-
hoping that helps
Totally
a little
understand. Totally understand. But just like in case.
I just feel that celestial feeling. It's just like, oh, I am to bow. Oh shit.
Yep.
My head is to the ground.
And you hear an ethereal voice speak out. Be calm, children of the people of the realm. There is naught to fear. I am the one which blessed your father, Vadran Icewind, so many years ago.
Luna just is an absolute shock. I don't even know if she can say anything. She's just staring and like looking back at her sword and like back up. Like,
I know you have many questions. But this priestess, Cara Miharian, she acts as medium betwixt me and the mortal realm, and our time is short.
Oh gods. I don't even know where to begin.
Why did you want to lead her to Cloveway?
That's a start.
Yeah, they listen. Like she looks over, Renee looks over,
Renee.
loud of like, yeah, no, listen, I got you if you want me to ask the questions.
Oh,
like
no,
you
no,
seem
no.
a little perplexed.
You see, she
Stop.
puts one hand to her cheek a little bit and turns to the side, a little embarrassed. My apologies. The nuance of common language of mortals is confusing at times. I have only ever observed mortals, my purpose only ever to ferry them to the beyond. But millennia after millennia, I took an interest in the lives of mortals. What drives them? Why act as they do, knowing what comes in the end? 'Twas your father who fought and lived with such fervor, a man whose life by all rights should have ended, yet was determined to stave it off despite its inevitability. That I saw a chance at an answer, and so I promised to delay his fate, though all it took was a single, mundane, unspectacular sword. I hope not to disappoint my child, but absolution is no more than a simple weapon born of the forge like any other. I find it quite amusing that your father and you consider it otherwise.
I don't know a normal blade that levitates off the ground and throws itself at necromancy, goes cold at the touch. Is that not the blade?
That, I am afraid, I cannot answer, for mortal magics are beyond my understanding.
Mortal magics? What mortal magics?
I am
They
sorry,
belong
my
with the
child.
party.
I know as much as you.
Oh.
Why did you... So that's why he
Yes.
wanted his child.
In exchange, I asked him to promise me his firstborn, that I may be a passenger and experience the life of a mortal, the reasons to live and fight on for another day, knowing their time is fleeting. And you have shown me so much, my child. Fret not, your thoughts, your actions, your dreams are yours to have and to keep. I am merely here with you through every step of the way.
I think Luna's gonna cry.
You can she goes gently to go caress your cheek, and it's a familiar feeling, the same one you felt from Echo Dad long ago when you were training in Ruggawood. Phaedron Icewind has long passed, my child. Rest easy, never has his soul been disturbed. The Raven Queen slowly turns to the other party members as well. Enoch Solomon, Renee Bardot, as have your mothers. They rest peacefully, I assure you.
That's good. I'm glad she's good.
You know, it's funny. Thought I'd be relieved.
My mother isn't dead.
Your first one, the one that
That was Luke's wife. That
Luke's
was not
wife
my
is
mother.
fucking
Yeah.
all right. Well, that's
No,
my
you're
misunderstanding
okay.
of the
No,
of the
it's
backstory.
okay.
Shit.
It's okay.
Retcon,
No, it's
retcon.
okay.
Time to retcon.
I was just sitting there like, what? What do you mean my mom's dead?
Retcon time.
You didn't hear? Ooh.
Teasin, edit that out.
Imagine.
Edit that out.
Exist.
Oh my god!
That
No,
is
it's
my
okay.
mistake
All right.
for misunderstanding your backstory.
No, it's
Cut, go.
okay.
Cut, go.
Anyway, yes. Luna, continue.
Sorry. I thought I'd be relieved hearing that. I guess that's a double-edged blade, isn't it?
She just turns to you with a nice, gentle smile.
My father's echo came out not long after he died. You know. You were there, I guess. I was so angry. Angry at everything for taking someone away like that so young. He had so much more life in him, I thought.
She simply just
Did it take that form
bows her
because-
head ever so slightly. I am sorry, my child.
Does it take that form because that's what I wanted to? Do you know that?
I'm afraid that is beyond me.
She nods again. And what now?
That is for you to decide. Cara's channel grows weak. I must go now. It is pleasant to have finally met you, Luna Icewind. However it is you choose to live your life, you have done so well. Keep going.
Yeah, Luna's gonna break down, I
And
think.
the cloud dissipates as Cara's form comes back and she collapses to the floor, gasping. Oh, I hate doing that.
How often do you do that?
When she coughs, is there a bit of the black cloud coming out too?
A little bit, yeah.
Good.
Thank you, Cara.
It's a fair trade, I think.
Just excuse me for a minute, please. She's not like walking off screen. She's just gonna sit there for a sec. She just wants to compose herself.
Yeah.
Poor woman didn't expect that.
I'm currently like doing 2 thumbs up towards Cara. Great.
That took a lot out of me. You can tell me your plans for the future in the morning. Whatever it is that we want to do with going into this place that will probably have me killed.
Well,
I must rest
have
now.
a contingency for that, but yeah, we should probably sleep.
And she just gets into her sleeping bag and turns over.
Before heading to bed, like seeing that Luna's just kind of Luna always has to like take a minute to herself and it's like, okay, I understand that. I'm gonna check on you once you're out, but she is gonna kind of go over to Nathaniel really fast and just kind of be like, I'll take those letters back now.
As you walk over, like I take that breath and finally relax from like the frozen attack position I was in.
You okay? Yes, that was definitely a fuck ton. Yeah, that was. Ooh.
That was a literal god.
Yeah,
Ah,
it was. And we're not dead, so that's a plus.
The sooner that this mission is completed, the sooner I can retire. But yes, the notes. And I'm gonna reach into my bag, not my bag, my coat.
I hope you're joking about the retirement. Or are you?
What? Oh, of course.
Inside check, motherfucker. Inside check, motherfucker!
Yeah, David, do you consent to this?
Are you
Oh,
lying to me?
shit!
No, I got a critical fail! No!
A
The
crit?
one time! I'm a master!
A crit
I
fail
hate when I crit
16?
failed!
Excuse me?
So it's not actually a crit. It's not actually a crit fail.
Oh no, one of the D4
it's
roll
one of
was
the
a 1.
things. Okay.
Yeah, the
I was gonna
guidance
say
was a 1.
Jeez.
Oh god, I got spooked
But it's
for
still a
second.
failure. Eat shit.
No!
My face betrays no emotion.
God damn it! You fucking.
All right.
Oh, well,
Luca,
good, because I don't want
sorry,
that
not
game
Luca.
to end too early.
Francis
Yeah.
just like recuperating after that. It's just like, okay, I'm going to go to
Yeah.
sleep now and
She's gonna
try
tuck her
not to
letters
think
away.
about
I'll
that.
do a first watch then.
Renee's gonna tuck her letters away and just give Nathaniel like a pat of like, you're good, thank you, and then immediately go over to Francis like, okay, yeah, do you want to do the back to back, because fuck.
If we can, yeah.
Okay, good.
Ooh, finally, I am on watch on a camp. I always
Oh,
wanted
you're
to do
not taking
this.
fast watch. We are making sure you get your sleep.
Oh, okay.
You can take. Okay, you can take a watch with me later.
Yes.
I'll take the last one if you don't mind.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Besides, I gotta still
Sorry.
stay up and fix something.
Oh, my messages.
In that case, I'll take the third to last.
Okay. DM Summer, my messages.
Oh,
I gotta send my messages.
yes.
The message spells.
Yeah.
Your messages.
So first one to Samuel, because it's pretty much generic. Because I don't think, unless Enoch, you have anything specific you would like to send to say.
Let's see. In 25 words, right?
Yeah, 25 words. At the moment, I have Samuel update from Enoch. We're moving back to Belkinus proper. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 15 words.
Also tell him expect a guest.
Expect a guest.
Prepare the deposition room.
The deposition room. And that is all he'd like to say. Hope you're having a good night. It probably cuts off at some point. But yeah.
You get a message back. Good to hear. Hope he's doing all right. Church in Chester can be a bit much, especially with Eternals.
Like, she will let Enoch know.
All the shade.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't know.
Heh.
He doesn't know. That's
No,
right.
it doesn't.
He doesn't know.
Relax.
Second message. Second sending. Lancel. We are moving back to Belkinus proper.
Wait,
But then-
I got it. I got
Oh,
this one.
okay.
Unless you want to say it.
I feel like she starts saying it like out loud. Because she usually likes to send her messages out loud so that people can like correct her if she needs it. So she probably like starts saying it, and imagine Nathaniel's like, wait! And she like pauses mid sending.
Well, we're waiting.
Sorry. Give me a moment.
No, he's writing it. I appreciate you writing it down.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just imagined that was the joke.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's enough.
Where are you? Have they arrived? We are near Chester, moving south. Very important package. Any important updates?
You get a response back. An angry goblin arrived.
So Renee just gives a nod of like, uh-huh.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you, Kendrick.
Town is well. Tapwater trying to send new letter. Prefers physical than magical.
I think I know what the letter's trying to say, and I feel bad, but it's okay. It'll get found out later. At least I have a theory on it. But yeah, any important updates?
Otherwise, protectors oddly silent.
I wonder why.
The protectors have been oddly quiet, probably because we kicked their ass. I'm going to have to let Lancel know what happened at some other point because I have one more thing I need to send. Now, this one I'm not saying out loud. But we know who I'm sending it to.
Tell me your secrets.
No. You know who I'm sending this to.
Tell me your
Now-
secrets.
I am.
Can
I just.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Surprise, not dead. We're moving back to Belkinus proper, south. We might have a plan for changing people's minds. Can you meet to talk? Tomorrow.
And you're trying to hide this, yeah?
Yeah,
From everyone, including your brother?
especially my brother.
I'm gonna need you to roll stealth.
Oh, fuck.
So, question: with sending, do you have to speak it out loud, or can it be in your mind?
Click the spell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's the spell
I'll click
say?
the spell. I'll
Actually,
click
yeah,
the spell.
this will determine whether or not you have to roll a stealth check.
Yeah,
'cause-
yeah. I think it's just like I like the habit of it, but then I need to check. Sending, where are you? There you are.
I'm used to a very
ahead and
homebrewed
hit
version of
yes.
sending, so
There we go.
I don't think it says.
It does not specify.
It does not specify.
All right, your choice then.
I'm going to. Yeah, no, she's not saying this out loud.
Okay. But Francis.
I can reread the message if you need me to.
Yes, if you could.
Okay. Supplies not dead. We're moving back to Belkinus proper, south. We might have a plan for changing people's minds. Can you meet me to talk tomorrow?
You get a message back. Good. I have found perhaps a way to bring you to help your friend.
Oh.
A plan would be appreciated. We have all the tools.
Well, okay. Well, it sounds like we might have a way in. So that's fortunate.
wonderful.
But we're going to have to figure that out tomorrow.
Yeah. While you
And-
are sitting up,
Yeah.
watch and sending these messages, Francis is just kind of gently elbow you as you are sitting back to back.
Huh?
Renee,
Yes?
have you thought about Luke recently?
Why?
After being in Cloveway, I just been thinking about him more and how angry I am every time I do, but I can't stop thinking about him. And I don't know why. All these things with the necromancers and it's so confusing.
I'm angry at him too. Still. But I understand that it is a lot, especially lately. But it's not. It's not specifically about the necromancy itself.
Is
Why
how you
I'm
use it,
so
yeah?
angry. Yeah, she nods.
Yeah. Well, then I am still mad at him.
Oh yes, I'm fucking pissed at him. And she just like ruffles his hair. I'm like, yes, good.
Oh, okay. Ugh.
But don't let that be the sort of thing that drives you. Especially after everything we've kind of figured out.
Oh. He considers this for a moment and scratches his chin. I think I understand.
And Renee will just nod. Like, okay, good. Okay, good.
He just like leans back. Good night, Renee.
Good night.
Dare you both be adorable.
So who's the watch order?
I think I'm first.
And I think Daffy said he wanted to be third.
I mean,
wanted
I
to
can
be
do second
last.
or third.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter what I do.
I've just claimed the last shift.
All right. We can be quick about this. Enoch, give me your perception check.
All right.
Where's that bee?
22.
Oh, you notice something over the horizon. A figure, a small speck in the sky that is slightly lit up by the lights of Chester City, just hovering there. Can't quite make out what it is, but you see it.
Well,
Oh, no.
in the meantime, it's not. I'm not gonna break eye contact with it.
Yeah, you stare at it, and it stays valiantly just hovering there for a couple of hours throughout your entire watch, pretty much.
While I am well and aware of that figure, I am spending time fixing the gavel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do those require rolls, or is it's just a thing that you can do?
It does require a roll, so I'm hoping for the best.
There
Yes,
you go.
it's fixed.
There you
Yep.
go. Fix
So
it.
that is fixed, and I rack it. I see the symbols of magic as it runs along it, and I don't break eye. Like, I keep looking at that figure.
Yep. Just like staring at it while you're working on your gun. Just like.
I whistle to Kuro, and I want him to start flying that direction.
Okay. Yep.
Just
So yeah, he easily can. He starts to fly. What's the max? Is there a maximum height that he can fly?
Nope, he could just keep moving 30 feet.
Okay, he flies out for about a few minutes. And before he reaches kind of like where the border of Belkinus would be, and instantly you see like a dim flash of light, and then you just see Kuro like in smoke just on the grass, like way down far that he fell, and
Quick question, can he make a dexterity saving throw?
sure.
Because he's pretty small, and
He
also
is. He is very small.
Have evasion. He does have an evasion.
You may.
Okay. That's a 20.
So this still happens. However, you try to recall him back, and he comes back limping, just like broken in pieces, sparks flying out, and like smoke coming out of him.
Oh no. And first off, mending him back.
You mend him back, and you can see that the smoke coming out of him is not smoke of not electrical smoke. It is black necrotic smoke.
Oh.
But after repairing him, it does go away.
I am. Oh God.
You look back, and the figure is gone.
I'm gonna step over to Nathaniel.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna kick him awake.
Oh. Ow.
Yep. It's not your watch, but we have a problem.
What is it?
There's something out there, and it knows that we're here.
What?
And I point towards Kuro, who's currently a little dinged.
Damn it. Like, put out the fire. Keep the fire. It's already up. Keep the fire. Don't let them know that we're aware. Wake everyone else up very quietly.
Yeah. All right. You take care of it now. I'll get to Luna. I'm relatively sure I could dodge a swipe. Maybe. We'll see. And I politely approach and just start.
I'd say you better not kick me awake, or I'm gonna kick you.
I start shaking her by the shoulder.
What?
Yeah.
What?
We got a problem, but don't keep it down. There's something out there, and it's obviously knows that we're here, and it's bad. And pointing toward, I point towards Kuro. I had him do a recon check. Whatever it is, it's not.
You need to be more
happy.
careful with your dog, Enoch. As she's like rubbing the sleep out of her eyes.
To be criticizing them when we're about to get attacked, anyways. All right.
No. Okay. Do you think we're about to get attacked? Just.
Yes, I do. All right.
Give me a second.
You can see that Cara is actually awake, eyes open, looking, staring up at the stars. We'll be fine.
Oh.
I have a special enchantment around Cloveway that extends for miles. Make sure I know every single necromancer that goes in and out of that place.
And how do you know that this is a necromancer?
Does that extend to your location?
It does, albeit a smaller scale.
And what if it isn't a necromancer?
Well, then I guess we're fucked.
Okay, let me just.
Of course you would. All right.
I'm gonna shake Renee awake.
What?
I put my finger into my mouth. Midnight's calling.
She just she goes sighs and then gives like a little nod, and then we'll just kind of like roll over to wake up Francis.
Yep.
I put my hand on this boy's mouth as he wakes up.
It's okay, but we need to be awake in the whale. Shit's going down, okay? Just stay calm, okay?
He nods his head very slightly.
Okay. And she just gives a nod to Nathaniel of like, it's gonna be all right. He's not gonna freak out.
I want to give Nathaniel a look and whisper, I have a way to take a look around the camp without leaving now. If you'd like me to. I'll need someone to to watch my back, so to speak.
And
I can go a fairly far distance out. 900 feet, 1,000 feet.
Do it.
all right.
Gonna summon my echo. I don't know what it's gonna be, but
I'm gonna get a little closer to the horse.
I'm gonna have myself kind of stand by on one side, kind of just taking a defensive like position, ready to make a shot, and then Kuro will stand in front of Luna.
All right.
Just to make sure if anybody's trying to cross that barrier.
So, you all take a defensive stance, getting ready for whatever it is out there. And Luna, you summon your echo. And it first takes the form of Vadran Icewind. But it seems to shift and fade like a cloud of black fog. Its face is no longer his, but instead blank and featureless. With the Raven Queen appearing before you, you realize that all along that your father was not still with you. At least, not in the way that you thought. Though his being has passed on and his soul laid to rest, his spirit and all that he has taught you lives on in a new form. Your echoes, features, and smog start to change and morph as it forms into something new. One with long, messy hair and scars across her toned arms, and a tunic that gives just enough protection without sacrificing mobility. An echo befitting of one who wields absolution. The sword with the mark of the Raven Queen. Luna Icewind.
Oh my god, Echo Art!
Holy shit!
And while you guys are taking the watch, I think we're going to end the session there.
Fuck!
That's so fucking cool, dude!
Dope as shit! The scars glow!
Everything glows!
Holy shit! You bastard, you planned for this!
I wasn't ready for that.
Oh, shit!
You gotta warn a girl. Oh my god.
Oh, but if I warn you, then you won't be there for the surprise.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my
that's right. You
God.
wouldn't be getting this. Oh my
That's the
god.
best kind of prize. It's a surprise.
Ah.
Oh, God.
Oh my god. Thanks, Joe. You've made me cry 3 times this session.
Yep.
Holy shit.
And I want to thank
Yay!
you as well for giving me the permission to morph and change things about your character that I feel are befitting of the story in ways that I hope that you
Yay.
enjoy.
I love this. I love everything about this. This is like my go-to tactic. I just give my DMs free reign.
This is so fucking cool, dude.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, yes, yes.
Fucking
Okay.
hell.
And we will call the session there, and we will pick this back up next week.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, God, this is everything is very exciting. I cannot wait for next session.
That was
Oh
so.
my God.
Can we just take into account we got 3 amazing pieces of art, but nothing's gonna be better than new Cara art.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
love
right.
it. I absolutely love you, Kate. And these are masterpieces, but nothing can beat Dirt.
Karmagarin.
Cara
Yes.
McGarren.
Dorian.
Nothing
Yeah.
beats this.
There she is.
This is the biggest mood.
Just
Oh
so
my-
tired. She's always so tired.
That's
Goddamn.
Well, then I guess we're fucked. I'm all like, of course.
Oh, man.
I love that. I just love her mood. She's just mood.
So,
just
let's
wrote-
find someone to raid, shall we? Any suggestions?
Did you find the
let's
streaming music?
I hear Miro Bean is currently online.
Who's Miro Bean? What do they do?
I think we rated her before. Somebody
I don't
suggested-
remember people.
Oh.
Can you
Oh,
spell them out for me?
Dingo's live on Hit Point Press right now.
Oh, shit. There we go.
Doodles Take Over. It's another Fool's Gold thing.
Oh.
Did we raid them recently?
We rated a place that was doing a Fool's Gold one-shot last
Yes.
week.
That was not Hit Point Press?
It wasn't Hit
not
Point
Hit Point
Press. It was
Press.
someone
Yeah.
else. It
All
was
right.
just
I'm
Just
okay
more
with raiding.
support for
I
amazing
just
Fool's
wanted
Gold.
to. I just wanted to like spread out the love, as it were.
yeah. Just-
Okay, we can raid Hit
It looks
Point
like
Press.
they might be painting minis over there. Maybe.
I'm
That
so
whole Tarask.
I'm so excited. Fuck, dude, this was so
Dude,
cool.
I'm glad.
Luna is transformed. Her echo. Enoch found resolution with his father. Renee is got a brother. Nathaniel's a lemon now. Ah!
Daniel's 11!
All right.
I just love that I was finally able to actually call you to your face, Banana Man.
It's so
It's canon.
it's so
Like everyone,
now.
everyone didn't want to say it, but
Luna's the person who
what
doesn't
was
give
gonna
a
happen.
fuck.
What
I-
shall our
everybody he was
raid?
going
What
to.
shall our raid message be?
Magarin.
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 Magarin!
Magarin. How do you spell
Ma-
that?
Magu-
Magarin.
Magurn. 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 All right. They're not going to have any idea what it means. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining in. Have a wonderful,
Yay.
wonderful rest of the week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Good morning. Good evening. Good night.
So long and good night.